In a world where alligators get raped by men from Florida and women shoot many other guys in their own different apartment, which isn't theirs, but they claim it was theirs, we bring you the greatest episode ever created on the East Coast. Do you know what's fucked up?
Oh yeah, we're all gonna start here. We're gonna be on one. And in a world where the three gentlemen sitting around this table all suffered horrific fucking NFL losses this weekend, and yet we are still here, we are still smiling, and we are still ready to prove that Nathan Thompson is a cunt. This is the Loki and Jabroni Show. My name is Chris Burns. I am the Jabroni. To my immediate right,
Fuck Reigns. Loki Michael Smith up in your face.
hashtag
Fuck
Reigns.
Reigns.
And the man in the box, as always,
Eddie, the earth is round, focus.
wow, we'll get to that in just a little while, but what is on everybody's minds this week? Before we go into all the nudnickery, the buy and sell, paying the bills, Jabroni's musical poetry theater, which you both fucked up royally last week, what's on your mind, Mike?
Where's the share button on my YouTube?
Dude, are you serious? Give me your phone.
Are you serious?
Give
The little
me.
curve arrow thing.
No,
I got it. Get out
Do
of
you?
here. I just found it.
We can have the kids come
Touch
down
it.
and
Touch it. Don't touch it.
Valhalla Underground Studios usually is devoid of kids, but if I have to get the kids down here to help you
All right,
figure it
I
out.
just wanted to put it on my Twitter page.
We love Twatter, by the way, at Loki and Jabroni,
Speaking
at
of which-
Portugal Viking, at Seaburns19, at Eddie Focus or Eddie Jakes on Twitter.
I have two Twitters, but Eddie Jakes is my
Of course, you
author
have two
Twitter,
Twitters. Why wouldn't you?
because I have one for politics.
I know you
bro.
do. This is a published author, by the way.
I
For
don't,
those of you who think we're nobodies, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't. I separate my businesses, bro.
How the hell are if you're on the YouTube live feed right now, identify yourself in the comments. We'll say hello to you. Let's move on. What's on your mind this week, kid?
I just gotta say I love the new quarterback roughing the passer rule. It's fantastic.
Did you see the video I shared just about 40 minutes ago?
Yeah, that one.
Oh my god.
There's another one too. It was God. There's the one where the guy is laying down the other one and puts a pillow underneath his head.
Yes.
And then you got the other one where they're literally like, the guy's like, one of them is dressed up like Matthews and the other one is dressed up
like Tom Brady.
And they're doing all these different ones, dude. And that one was pretty funny. But it seems like every year the NFL has something stupid that they have to reiterate, whether it be the catch, whether it be the football move. And this year it's roughing the passer.
I wish somebody would rough Matt Ryan up. Maybe he'd play better. It's not actually Matt Ryan's fault. I don't mean to hijack your shit, but how do you give up 519 fucking yards on defense and expect to win a game, Atlanta?
I don't know.
Dirty
I
bitches.
can ask Minnesota that same thing.
Oh,
but,
you guys had it worse than we did. At least,
let me just say that it's shitty because you watch some games, and I don't know if you guys caught a glimpse of the Kansas City game. Kansas City's still undefeated. But
isn't that a bitch?
Yeah, but they
hold on. Did anybody? I'm reaching back for our picks. Did anybody say Kansas City was going to
just
do
tear
anything
those up right
outside
now.
of it? Why? It's early.
No, I thought it was
no Chiefs here.
No, there was there's Chargers up in that.
We had
There's
Chargers,
Chargers up in that
this
shit.
bitch.
Yeah,
No
there's
Chiefs
Chargers up in
here.
that shit.
We got one more round of picks. Where are they? Right here. No Kansas City here.
Nope.
Where the fuck did Kansas City come from?
I've told you because they just do this. But you know how many times they've actually been multiple 4-0s, 5-0s, and then blow the season in the end.
Like the other, I don't know how many years ago it was.
Regardless,
8-0.
My point being
finish 8-8
is if you saw the hits that Garoppolo was taking before he tore his ACL, there was a couple iffy calls that he didn't get. Now here's the shitty part. If it's going to be across the league, it's got to be across the league, not just big name quarterbacks, not just Aaron Rodgers, and not just Alex Smith, and not just everything else. If it's going to be rough in the passer, it's going to be straight up rough in the passer.
Hello, Stephen from Connecticut. He says
that's
he's
not how anything works.
I want to introduce
always a bias.
Right. I want to introduce you to a new fan. His name is Stephen. If I'm fucking your name up, Sue me. I have nothing. Stephen Waddock, Waddock. Stephen from Connecticut. He's a Green Bay fan, but also a Red Sox fan, so he's got that going for him, he says. So can we weigh out the Green Bay and lift up?
fan.
Yeah, right?
I will. And I'm going to say why.
Go ahead. Love to hear it.
Because Steve is shouting out the old Snack Canyon they used to play at the drive-ins. I'm glad someone appreciates the musical taste, because we used to have animal crackers, but
people love that too, and
Let's
you dissed
go
it.
out to the
Somebody like,
drive-through.
Let's go out to the drive-through. Let's go out to the drive-through and get myself a snack. I used to change the lyrics to that. You met Big Mike,
Yes,
whatever.
yeah.
We would say, let's go out to the kitchen. We used to room together. Let's go out to the kitchen, get my fat ass a snack. And we changed the lyrics, man. So good on you, Steven, for noticing
Right
that.
side was up a little higher.
Congratulations.
That's probably what you were hearing.
What happened?
You know, that would explain why during my Mevo test, it was blowing out the fucking speaker, because
Y'all can kiss a bag of dicks.
That shit was cranked.
All
dude.
right.
That shit was up
I
there.
swear when we're not here, Jabroni has DJ fantasies.
Oh, I come down here and I'm like, wicka, wicka, what? Wicka. This is the
Old
only button
school.
I like to hit right here. Nathan Thompson, horse shit. And that's it. And we'll get to Nathan later in the broadcast. But
dude, with great horseshit though comes great responsibility. You can't just throw
and
it out
anti-Semitism, but we'll get to that
like
later.
that. Oh God.
The whole roughing the passer thing to me is garbage. For years it was Brady. Everything, no offense, Eddie, but everything Brady did caused a new rule. The tuck rule, the this rule, the maxi pad rule. Everything was catered to Brady. And now Clay Matthews, 2 weeks in a row, gets a flag on clean hits. I'm no Green Bay fan, but those were clean hits.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's getting flag after flag after
the
flag.
problem. See, the problem
Is
with
the
his
NFL
last
getting
one,
wussified like America is?
and this goes out to all my Packers fans.
All 7 of them.
The problem with what he did this week is he's being an asshole about it now. You know what I'm saying? When you punish a kid and a kid comes back and he becomes an asshole,
Yeah.
The punishment's harder and it's quicker.
Of course.
Like, you're like, oh, you little fucking bastard. Okay, here it comes.
Whack his ass.
Watch what he does against Alex Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He literally puts his arms out like this. Now, how can you not tell me that you're not putting your weight on a quarterback when you're putting your arms out like this? In other words, Clay Matthews, where do you think your body is landing?
Can we go back?
Completely on top of Alex
Fuck
Smith.
that. Can we go back and check out some of those Lawrence Taylor hits and tell me?
Oh,
that...
no. I'm not saying this is bullshit, because this is what you did. And this is my point being to this.
Okay.
You cannot take away decades. And you got to understand,
Okay.
to be an NFL superstar, you have got to start from the age of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to all these
You better
stories.
be born with a fucking
Exactly.
shoulder
Listen
pads
to all
and a
these
ball.
stories these kids went through. Pop Warner,
Mandy
they were
Malone last week
states.
told me from
Yeah.
the time she was 5. She's out there
That's
Taekwondo
exactly it.
Jones.
And parents know this. To have your kid be an NFL superstar, you have to do so much. Well, guess what? You're taught to tackle like this since before you knew what the difference between cherry Kool-Aid and blue Kool-Aid was. You know what I'm saying? You were taught how to properly tackle.
Mm-hmm.
These guys know how to tackle. Anthony Barr from the Vikings knows how to tackle. Clay Matthews knows how to tackle. They know what they're doing. The problem is now you just had so many people complaining, and it's funny because Aaron Rodgers is like, this is getting ridiculous now. It's being taken out of context. Dude, no, it really isn't, because you said some fucked up things here. Tom Brady has done a lot. The Tom Brady tuck brought in the whole tuck rule.
Tom Brady could do that.
The other issue I have, and we should stick with this. All right, if he's in the pocket area. Now, we've taken away the point that you can't lift up the quarterback and slam him.
Mm-hmm.
You can't spear him. You can't hit him after he throws the ball. You know what I'm saying? There's a list of shit that you can't do to a quarterback that has been evolved through the years. However, when he rolls out and becomes a runner, which Cam Newton likes to do, that new kid Josh Allen from the freaking Bills likes to do, a lot of these quarterbacks like to do.
Tyrod Taylor
becomes,
and that's how he
a
got hurt.
runner.
And
Right,
Baker
exactly.
Mayfield comes in, and Cleveland Sorry about last week's top 10 list, man. You proved yourself. Gotta give it. I gotta tip my hat to the Cleveland Browns.
It's like we're in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, you
right?
piss people off, and that's what
Look,
happens.
the Cleveland Browns have a better record than our three teams at this table: the
Absolutely.
Vikings, the Patriots, the Falcons. Right now,
Absolutely.
we're living the
But let me
fucking
just
bizarro
wrap
world.
it up
Go
real
ahead.
quick. They got to really get this shit together. They got to get the NFL. You know, you're gonna, dude. We talked about it. Vince McMahon is knocking on the door. Vince, he is, and I'll tell you.
The funny thing is,
and
we're
I'll-
hungry for it.
Yes!
No, we are. We want
We
good
want
football. We
When
want
the first
good football,
XFL
man.
came, that's what was the hook. That's what got me, is because the NFL, even in 2000, I thought the NFL had gotten so wussified. And it
Mhm.
was so pantywaist that the XFL was a breath of fresh air. And the gameplay, the first couple weeks was so awesome, but much like, I'm going to use the NASCAR analogy. Much like NASCAR, the rules change week to week. And Eddie, being the producer of the #1 NASCAR homegrown podcast that there is, the C&J Speedway Review, has heard me talk about it. Every time they implement a new rule, it's halfway through the season or a third through the season. Well, now we're going to mandate this. Well, now all these teams have to change on the fly, much
you
like the
can't- you can't
NFL.
do that.
The tuck rule, you have to change on the fly. You can't change it halfway through. Get through your season, go to the winter meetings or the summer meetings or the spring meetings in NFL. Winter
Mhm.
meetings are baseball. Go to these meetings, change the rules, make sure the teams have a chance to acclimate themselves to the new rules, then roll it out. Because if you roll it out, say, I'm just going to use my game this past Sunday. If you're going to change the overtime rule, which the Falcons and the Saints went to overtime this weekend,
What
unfortunately.
did I tell you last week? Overtime's going to fuck a lot of games.
Oh, yeah. The only thing that fucked Atlanta was Atlanta. And we'll get to that one, what's on my mind, because fuck Atlanta, even though I'll never change. Unlike some people who
Well, you
change
can
their
pretty much
teams.
roll right into it because besides the fact that Red Sox made history with 106 wins,
Best in their team history, man.
yes, dude.
I'm wearing a fucking Bronx Bomber shirt bought for me by this guy on my birthday. But, man, I got to give it to you guys.
That was
Best
awesome.
in team history. We didn't see this coming. When we talked about
Oh, God,
baseball
no.
a couple months
No.
ago, it was Yankees, Red Sox.
Oh, it
Now it's
was.
Red Sox, Yankees. We're both in the playoffs. Only one of us, have to do the one-game playoff.
Hey, a one-game playoff. I mean, I
it's a
still
game
think
changer, man.
I still think it should be 3, but
Mhm.
hey, you know that's.
Best 2 out of 3. Absolutely.
I think so, man. One game is just in baseball. That's a lot to ask for. It really is, man. And I think you're gonna lose a lot of teams with that one.
The whole
one
thing
game.
about this overtime that I don't like is overtime used to be a quarter of football. Now it's 10 minutes. If you score a touchdown first, you're the winner.
You're the winner.
If you get a field goal, the other team, and all this other, it's
Don't
too
forget safety.
fucking
If you
complicated.
get a
It's
safety too, it's
Right.
an automatic
It's
win.
too
for it.
fucking complicated.
Yeah.
Play a quarter of football and let it go. What's on my mind? Atlanta Falcons. Stop breaking my fucking heart. I'm not going to change allegiances. I know a lot of people, present company included, who years ago, 25, 30 years ago, let me preface that, rooted for a team. They changed allegiances. You've been true blue ever since, or true purple, as it were. To some of you out there, you were true blue and you went on to true other teams. I don't give a fuck. Some people were Dolphins fans, became Patriot fans. Some people were Patriot fans, became Dolphin fans. Some people were Atlanta fans and continue to suffer. I don't give a fuck. I rooted for the Dolphins because of Dan Marino. When I learned what football was, I picked a team at the bottom of the barrel because I knew someday I'd have something to crow about. I was there when they sucked.
Well, it kind of goes in line to what I said when we were talking about the GOAT
Mm-hmm.
quarterback.
Yeah.
And I said the guy who changes the culture matters, which is why I said Joe Namath has to be there.
Joe Namath,
You know?
Joe Montana, Dan Marino, Elway, as much as I hate him.
So, in fact, Alexa
Well, I'll
at
even
home
go as far as to saying
is no
Well,
lo-
fuck your Alexa.
Alexa is no longer calling Brady the GOAT. I'm a little sad.
Who's she calling now?
She likes
Peyton
she said,
Manning?
not Manning, Namath.
Really?
She's like, my favorite. Now she says my favorite is Joe Namath.
Well, hot shit.
Yeah, well, see, people just where was Joe Namath when we were discussing it when Peyton Manning was still around? You know what I'm saying? You always need to pull somebody up.
The
But
the best thing Namath ever did was called his shot in the Super Bowl. That's it. He was a good to great quarterback. I don't think Namath belonged. We've gone on a tangent again.
Well,
Look,
real quick.
go ahead.
We talked about this earlier, and I think it's kind of important. Do you think, like, we were talking about how every sport or whatever, there's a changing of the guard. Are we seeing a changing of the guard? Is there going to be a new batch of teams?
Oh, you
dominating
can already
this
see
year.
it.
We're
Yeah,
seeing it
it's-
now. Tampa Bay is rising up. Detroit out of nowhere rising up. Cleveland. Fuck, I can't get over Cleveland. Cleveland has the perfect record right now, 1-1-1.
Maybe they
nowhere to go but
they
up.
finally learned from their mistake. They said, "Hey, what we did now, we're going to do the opposite."
Yep.
I said it. I don't know if it was to you or you guys in general on the Facebook, or if it was to a Cleveland fan friend of mine. Was Cleveland, since the Ernest Biner fumble that caused the Elway drive back in 1861, whatever year it was? Correct me if I'm wrong, YouTubers. That changed Cleveland's course. They went from battlers. Everybody was like, Cleveland's tough. Cleveland's tough. You went into Cleveland, you knew you were in for a fight. If Cleveland came to your house, you knew you were in for a fight. Ever since then, it's been like, Cleveland's coming to town. Mark that as a win. We'll worry about the other 15 games. Now you have to worry about Cleveland. To see what they did with the Saints a week ago, and to see what they did with the Jets. But it's the Jets. Come on. It's the fucking Jets. Come on. And then the first week,
the Jets were superstars week 1.
But they
50
took
points they fucking threw up there.
But Cleveland took the Steelers, the fucking Steelers, to the limit.
So are the big guys getting too big?
I think you might have a point. I
like,
think you have
like
a good
are
point.
they resting on their laurels and
Very much
forgetting
so.
the fact?
Well, I think at
Forgetting
this
the fact
point,
they have to play football.
Guess we're about to find out. But listen, to finish my point, I don't want to belabor it. Listen, Dan Quinn, Atlanta Falcon management, get these guys to play 4 fucking quarters of football. I've said it for 5 years. This man will back me up. This man will back me up for the last 3. It's not hockey. You're not playing 3 fucking periods and then it's over. There's 4 quarters of football. You rested. You had the lead going into that 4th quarter and you rested. You allowed the Saints to come back, tie the score. You go in overtime. You lost the toss. You couldn't even decide for the 45 seconds that Fox decided they were going to play it because the new NFL rule. Remember the old days where your game is over and the new game comes on?
Yep.
Like, we're going to show you. Yeah, no more of that shit.
Yeah, no.
Thankfully, AtlantaFalcons.com streams the whole thing. Thank you. Atlanta cares about their fans. Not to say that your teams don't, but fuck New England. Having said that, you have to play the whole fucking game. It looked like the defense wasn't even out there for the entirety of the overtime. Fuck you, defensive coordinator. Your name doesn't even matter at this point, like The Rock says. And The Rock did say your name doesn't matter. Fuck you, Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator. Eat shit, Eddie. What's on your mind?
You're like ketchup flavored potato chips.
Ugh.
Steven Waddick just chiming in real quick before I go. A true Red Sox fan knows to keep his mouth shut and his fingers crossed.
Amen to that. And this is,
I don't know about
same
that.
as that. No. I'm gonna give this guy a lot of credit right here. Loki, Michael Smith. He shuts his mouth until it's time to crow. Yes, at the bar they sing Yankee Suck and Sweet Caroline and all that bullshit, and I get it. It's fun, but when the money meets the road, or the rubber meets the road, and the money meets your mouth, or whatever you want to fucking call it, he's not bragging until it's September. And I give you a lot of credit for that. And I give a lot of smart Red Sox fans credit for that. Idiot Red Sox fans.
I'm also humble in other sports.
Yes, you are. But idiot Red Sox fans, the minute they go a half a game above the Yankees, it's over. If they go a half a game against the Blue Jays, it's over. If they're at the top of the AL East by a half game, it's over. They're like, fuck you, win first place. What do you got to say? Is that to New York or is that Boston? What was I doing there?
That's pretty close.
All right,
That's
cool.
pretty close.
Well, I don't know about the fingers crossed thing. I think the Red Sox have been pretty competitive over the years.
Can I ask you a dumb question? Because people give Yankee fans.
Yeah. So I don't think you need to keep your fingers crossed anymore.
No.
You guys gotta stand behind the boys.
I think
they're
going to
be the number 1 seed in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
No, I think what he means by that is they're known to kind of get up high and then choke it. You know what I'm saying? They've been there before. A lot of teams have been.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but would you say that's been a problem the
No,
last 5
God,
years?
no. It's been a great. I'd say it's been a great freaking decade to be a
think the
freaking
new-
Red Sox fan.
honestly,
I'm so,
I think the old Red Sox dynasty ended. I think there's a new one beginning.
Yeah.
And so I don't know.
absolutely, man. Mookie Betts is absolutely incredible. Xander, he comes around when he needs to come around.
Just look at baseball as a
great
sport.
young
It's
hitters there,
elevated
man.
now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it started to become repetitive.
We live in a world
know?
where teams that we used to think were afterthoughts, the Royals, the Cubs, the Astros, are our last 3 champions. It is a new day.
Yeah.
And anything can happen. It's not like the old days where it was Yankees, Red Sox, National League could give half a shit about it. Nobody cares.
What do you got, man?
Not much. Just a couple things. I dropped my phone today and cracked it.
Dumbass.
How'd you do that? Which one was that?
I have an HTC U11.
Oh, that's why.
It's funny. Of all places, I dropped it in my kitchen, and it just happened to land right on that little metal threshold separating the carpet from the kitchen floor.
Every time, yep.
And put a little chip in it, and I'm like, son of a bitch, this is a lease phone.
Bad for business.
Because they don't sell you your phones anymore. You got to lease them.
Yep.
And so I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to get that replaced before I turn it in. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, and then Amy's like, didn't you have a protection plan on one of them? I'm like, yeah, I thought that was on the kid's tablet. Let me go look. I told him not to put it on the phones. I have protection plans on all the phones.
Rock and roll, kid.
Well, it's only going to cost you $200 to
That
get a new one.
It just proves that you're an adult.
Replace the screen. No, it's funny. I always tell them not to put it on there, which means the little fucker snuck it on. But in this case, it's working out in my favor.
Exactly. We got a comment from Steven once again. Steven, thank you. First time. Hopefully, you're going to be a long time. Steven said, the fact is the Yankees love to be the turd in our oatmeal, and we love to be the turd in their oatmeal. Yankees play up for the Sox, and we play up for the Yankees. Funny he mentions that because we're watching the end of that game. Actually, I'm watching it on my phone. Angela's laughing her ass off as I'm staring at a 3-inch fucking screen watching the end of the Falcons game. She goes, is it that intense? I'm like, this Falcons Saints is the Yankees Red Sox of football. For me, anyway. I don't know.
Yeah,
for a Green Bay fan, it could be
it's Minnesota Green Bay.
Minnesota Green Bay. For Patriot fan, it's
everybody else.
Back in the day, it was Patriots Dolphins. I don't know who in your division now is even a fucking threat. So
Jets at one time.
Exactly.
At one
Dolphins
time.
at one time.
I don't think we have any real
Marino
rivalries.
versus Bledsoe was hot for a long time.
Yeah, Bill when he went over to the Bills.
Yeah.
Maybe Dallas now or the Cowboys.
Yeah, but that's a whole other. That's
Fuck
a whole
the Cowboys. If you're a
that's a whole other
Cowboys fan, put your
conference.
skirt on.
No,
It's a whole other conference.
Yeah.
Nah.
we don't have anything cool like
Sorry.
that.
Regardless, let's pay a couple bills, and then one of our favorite segments is buy and sell. That's coming up real quick.
Before we do that, can I have a gimmick?
You can have a gimmick, so you might want to say something while I'm not spewing filth.
Oh, just boy, we are putting out for governor of Connecticut got some TV play on a Fox network.
Hot
Holy
Rod,
shit.
yes
Yeah.
sir.
And he did very well, actually. And one thing that might have been cringeworthy, but it really wasn't. If you really listen to what he was saying when he was talking about pot legalization, and he kind of appealed to the negativity people have about it, but at the same time said, if they put it on my desk, I'll sign it. And he's like, listen, I'm not enthusiastic about it, but if they put it on my desk, I'll sign it. So,
As well he
folks, if you want pot
Marijuana legalization.
if you want more liberty, more elimination of the income tax,
Less fucking taxes.
Don't forget, freaking Wyoming just legalized.
Yes.
They
So
did.
now they are the 30th state to do this.
Mm-hmm.
now
So,
did recreational, just medical,
it's medical right now,
right? Okay.
but it is moving on
So
to
it's moving
recreational.
forward. That's a
right.
good
Oh,
thing.
it's all over the place. It's actually been what people don't realize is it's been going steady since 1996.
As soon as pot goes legal in Connecticut, I want to be sponsored by some sort of dispensary. I think
as
we
soon as it
need
goes
that.
fucking legal, I quit.
if
Like,
you go to lokiandjabroni.com
/weed.
you
Well,
can-
me and Brian
No,
are gonna
but
be
you
opening up our own
can.
fucking dispensary, my friend.
You
I
can-
I will work for you. I,
will
got no
be
problem.
leaving.
We'll be
fucking
broadcasting out of
Unitex for that shit.
We'll be broadcasting out of that store.
Works
But you can get
for me.
CBD
I
oil.
won't be leaving
we
there.
do have
Oh
a
yeah,
company
you can
that
get it right
does,
now.
We have a company that does CBD oil that we're affiliated with, and if you go to
Ooh.
lokiandjabroni.com, you can get CBD oil.
Yes, you can.
It does not get you high, despite what the
No, but CBD
Puritans
is
tell you.
fantastic.
It helps with
It
pain.
helps. No, it helps with it's a natural anti-inflammatory, which a
Mhm.
lot of people don't realize. A lot of the pens that I have are not just THC, but they're also CBD, which has that. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It fights pain, fights cancers now. So I mean, there's a lot of good stuff coming out from this, and people are starting to realize.
and it's
And
safe.
not only that, dude, it's a multi-purpose plant. A lot of people don't realize, like, you don't just get
You can make
the
rope.
weed
You
out
can
of
make
it.
so much
you can
from
get
it.
clothing out of it. You can make. I mean, they're figuring out all kinds of crazy things to make with these plants, man. It's fantastic. And the best thing about it is they're making paper, like real
Yes.
paper out of hemp. Now, let me break this down for you naturalists. Okay, you grow a tree to actually make paper. I think they said it need. What do you need? Like fucking 10,000 trees to make like I don't know.
I don't-
It's
I
like 10,000 trees for like one ream of paper.
Y'all talk
Yeah,
amongst
it's-
yourselves, so I'll
it's
come
freaking
back and pay the
retarded,
bills.
man. It's ridiculous. With hemp, that shit is the reason why it's called weed is because it grows like
It's
a
a
fucking weed, man.
Yeah.
That shit grows like that. You're making
You
paper.
sound like
you're
Tommy
making...
Chong for a second.
I do, man. But no, it's we live in a good time where people need to start realizing that this is a good thing to get on. Whether you want to stand behind weed or whether you smoke it or not, the facts are there. California legalized in 2015, right?
It's medical, yeah.
Yeah, it was medical, and then it was just
But they give-
recreational.
They don't. Technically, it's quasi legal for recreational.
Right.
What they do is you can get a card for almost anything.
Right, exactly.
So you could be like, "Hey, I'm stressed at work." Card.
Right.
So
Anyways, my point being is they've only been in there for about 2 years, essentially, by the time I threw everything out there.
Mhm.
Colorado, one of the first ones, was 2013.
yeah,
So these guys have already made $3 billion off of this industry. That is more than Colorado has made, period. Like, out of everything, man. Now, I get that Colorado is, it's pretty big. I mean, Colorado's pretty fucking big, man. California isn't,
but look
so
at it
much
this way.
bigger.
Look at it this way. That's a business that scales. So because anybody could do it, really.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
And here's the thing too. Like, and you want to help farmers, let them be able to grow the easiest cash crop to supplement their income.
Exactly.
Okay, so you don't have to subsidize all the corn, all
Mhm.
the fucking cows or whatever. You don't have to do that anymore. Throw away taxpayer money on pretty much. It's a failing industry, but you want to keep it going. Let them supplement it with hemp. Let them
Right.
supplement it with marijuana. Fuck
Right.
it. You know,
Exactly.
They ruin tobacco.
Oh no, they
You know,
I
I mean,
can't-
forget cigarettes, but real good tobacco, they ruin
No,
tobacco.
you can't. Exactly, and even if you want to get really good tobacco, you're paying out the ass for it,
Right.
and it's going to be from. It's not going to be from America. I'll promise you that. It's going to be from fucking
Well,
overseas, man.
the way they regulate the industry, basically, if you want your tobacco, it's Philip Morris.
It is. I
That's
mean,
it.
look at it, dude. I mean, I made it. It's funny you bring that up because I made the post on freaking Facebook today. I don't know how smokers do it, man. Seriously, $10 a pack.
Well, you used to smoke.
And if you're, and that's funny is when I told myself when these things reach fucking $8, I'm done. And they reached $8, and I was done, man. I was not gonna pay $8 a pack, and I was only smoking, God, fucking a pack every 2 days.
yeah.
So I mean that wasn't that bad, but still, I was
I
like,
can
no,
still get a
I'm
tin
not.
for
I'm not
$7.50. It
doing
lasts
it.
me 4 days. I don't lose anything
Well, see, here's the thing.
except my teeth.
That's,
I know what the issue really is with marijuana and hemp and all that because of the.
can't regulate it.
Why
Yes,
do
you
need to?
can.
You don't need to.
First of all, yes, you can. You regulate every form of fucking beer with your taxes and your different liability. I mean, you got an IPA, right? Guess what that is? That's fucking $14 or sometimes even $17 for a 6-pack.
That's more
A really good fucking IPA.
That's more set by the distributor than it is.
No, it's a regular.
Yeah,
Taxes.
here's the
It's
thing.
it's
You
a
don't-
regulatory.
You don't really need to regulate it. that
Why
much
is
because-
Philadelphia cream cheese a higher price? It's the name, it's the label, it's whatever. The Stop and Shop cream cheese is the same as Philadelphia. It tastes the same, it looks the same, it spreads the same. There's no fucking difference.
Well, see that's where I'm getting to. I don't think the problem is that they can't regulate. Like you said, you can regulate anything. You don't need to regulate it is the problem. And I think there's no lobby money in it, which is why they're not interested. There's not going to be a weed lobby.
Bingo
No.
Jones right there.
No way.
Maybe if
But
you,
guess what?
here's the thing,
You're gonna have
maybe
so
if
much
you
fucking
get-
money.
if-
You're gonna need fucking
Well, here's the
lobby
thing.
money
Here's
anymore.
the thing. Maybe if you get a hold of some good African gold or whatever, and you're just like, dude, you know what? Let's go lobby Congress for shits and giggles.
Right?
Like, that's the only way it'll fucking happen. And by the time you got a meeting with the congressman, you're not going to remember while you were there, and you're
No.
just going to go back to your Fritos and fucking.
Oh,
That's the
exactly.
thing. There's no lobby money in it. There's no exclusive rights for anybody. That's why I said tobacco got ruined because the government only lets
Mhm.
certain people grow tobacco. So you got to get it from
Dude,
Philip
in all the
Morris.
places, and this is the
That's
last point that I'm
cronyism.
bringing up. For all these places that are actually legal, there is less crime, there is less stress, and there are less accidents.
But there are more sales of Doritos
Oh, by the
than
way,
anywhere else.
less DUIs too.
Yes.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
You know what the biggest complaint is, and Rod on news brought it up. He said the biggest complaint, like he had and other people had, is you open a magazine, there's 8 ads for pot storage. You go on billboards, there's pot stores. That is the only complaint everybody
Big
had.
fucking deal.
Well, people complain about McDonald's ads.
I'm sick and tired of seeing the freaking the poor people from freaking Africa ads. Okay, I'm
Right.
sick and tired of seeing Bob's. You know what ad I want to see? Happy Harry's. I want to see Happy Harry's face all over the fucking billboards. That's what the fuck I want to see.
I love Happy
I
Harry.
don't give a fuck about America. Let's have fucking
I
breakfast or
fucking
lunch.
love Happy
Yeah, no,
Harry.
fuck
Thank you.
that
You know
shit.
what?
You're
Knuckles up.
Fuck yeah.
Well, Happy Harry, we'll see you in November
Yes, we
for
will.
Ohio State,
Fuck
Michigan.
yes.
We're going to be at Hooters. We're going to call ahead. We're going to try
Fuck
to see if we can
yes.
do a live gimmick at the game. When I say the game, it is the game.
It is the game.
Michigan, Ohio State.
Hopefully, Madam Governor will come join us.
Wouldn't that be great? That'd be awesome. Anyway, we'll pay the bills at the end. Go to LokiandJabroni.com. Search
Go ahead.
around.
Go ahead. Get
All
it
right,
up.
you want me to do it?
Do it up. Do
You
it
want
up.
to donate to the show, go to www.patreon.com, Patreon.com, and donate to the show.
Please
/ Loki and Jabroni. It's the only way we're going to move forward. We keep moving forward all the time, and it's thanks to all you great listeners. You want to shop some great affiliates like Amazon, the Monthly Club, CBD oil gimmick that Eddie was talking about, WWE, all sorts of great things. Go to LokiandJabroni.com, click on our affiliate links, and shop till your heart's desire. But use our website.
Yeah,
Those
especially
sites-
in that CBD.
Yes.
Can any of you guys seriously give it a try? I think if it's are we giving a discount over there, or you can just get it from them?
Just oh god, it's wicked cheap. I checked it out. So if you order CBD oil already, order through our links. Help us out.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna
I
say
said, we
plus
get- we
the
get a
the
it doesn't
pills.
cost you extra for this, folks. It's just a commission.
Yeah,
we
no
get.
hidden fees, no extra
Pills
charges.
usually you can get them $60 for I think 80 of them in other places. So if we're matching somewhere around those lines, that's gonna be the way to go. Trust me. Try it
Right.
out. Try it. Trust me, guys. Just try it. Like if you got that stiffness in the leg or restless leg syndrome, or you just can't sleep at night, telling you, just get a fucking packet of
And
those.
after you do that, if you want a sexy Loki and Jabroni Show t-shirt, bumper sticker, coffee mug, or baby onesie, go to cafepress.com / Loki and Jabroni
I'm
and
making
shop
the
till your
hashtag
heart's
fuck
content.
Reigns.
We need that shirt, and at the
Yes.
bottom it should say LokiandJabroni.com.
No, it will. I was thinking about putting it on the back though.
I'm
What if
thinking
we did
instead of
fuck
the
Reigns
U,
on the
have
front,
like the little star.
fuck Reigns
so you
on the
can-
front, and then Loki and Jabroni on the back.
Diamond CBD is a company.
Diamond CBD. Okay,
Okay.
there it is.
Rated #1 in CBD.
And guys, we only have 2 weeks left. If you go to the Loki and Jabroni Show Facebook page, at the top of the page, 2 weeks left. Chad Hatfield and Team World Vision are trying to bring clean water to countries that do not have access to clean water. Chad is running the New York City Marathon in 2 weeks, and we want you to donate all that you can to that great charity. In 2 weeks, it's over. There's no more donation. Please get out there and help support Chad, friend of the show, former guest on the show, and just an awesome human being to do something better for someone else that will never get a chance unless Chad and Team World Vision help them out. Having said that, it's bean footage, it's wonderfulness, it's buy and sell.
Stop talking about.
Over 1,000 hours, and we finally
Right?
get
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
copyrighted.
I'm sure Eddie's gonna have something to say about it later, but right now, let's just be happy that buy and sell is here. See, Goosefraba, man. Buy and
Goosa.
sell is here.
Goose.
Guys, this is your opportunity. If you want to chime in during buy and sell, please do, because Loki brings these things to the table. We buy it, we sell it, we shoot it out. You guys, please bring your thoughts to the table. And without further ado, Michael Loki Smith.
I'm gonna flirt with the camera and make it feel awkward, so
Oh,
it
there you
leaves.
hashtag me. Hashtag me too.
It's not going to say anything for 37 years.
Right? That camera's gonna come after
I don't
you
know. I
when
don't
you're
know, man.
78 years old.
It's a cannon. It's a Nick Cannon.
Oh,
It might come
fuck.
out earlier than that.
Nick Cannon.
If anything on your list is in my
Yes.
you know it's fucked up, it's just I'm punching you in the dick. I'm letting
Come
you know
on,
now.
man. You know it's gonna
Because
be.
we don't do rehearsals.
All right, here we go.
folks.
We're off the cuff, man.
Ed, I'm gonna start off with you.
Yes.
Bumblebee is set to hit the theaters. Everyone's surprised, myself included. They said it would never happen. Generation 1 is on the fucking screen. Buy or sell that.
Buy, motherfucking buy. This is great. You know what? I knew once that if they took it, I mean, I know he's an executive producer, but you take it away from Michael Bay, we'll get real Generation 1 Transformer shit. Buy. I think it's going to be an actually good movie.
I absolutely agree. What do you got, Chris?
I'm buying it only because I've been waiting for this since the animated Transformers movie. Now we're going to have this live action Bumblebee movie, Generation 1 type deal. Absolutely 1000% buy. You can move on to the next question.
Dude, let me just, real quick, let me just say.
Of course you're going to hijack my last 12 seconds.
No, just saying.
Go ahead.
Blitzwing, awesome. Bumblebee, obviously awesome.
Starscream.
Optimus Prime, awesome. That's not Starscream, that's Blitzwing.
Oh, that's Blitzwing.
That's Blitzwing.
I thought they said Starscream is up in
No,
there.
I thought it was him too, but that's Blitzwing.
Because you got sound, you got Shockwave.
Oh my god.
Thundercrackers there
Yes.
because they had the Conehead dudes. Then
you
have
Starscream's gonna be there.
Oh,
but
yeah.
the one that you saw, I thought it was him too, but it's Blitzwing.
That's so cool.
The triple changers.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, that could never be
you're
done.
just stroking yourself to no end with that one.
Triple-
I know that was one
Triple
of your
changers
favorites.
could never be
Fanboy.
done.
That was one of your
They
favorites.
also said Optimus Prime couldn't look like that. It's not practical. Fuck you. It's fantasy, bro.
Yeah,
Love the
exactly.
fantasy. And
Yes.
Amen.
Now can we fix the turtles?
Never. There's no fixing the turtles, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
All right, Chris.
Yes,
first
sir.
movie is classic.
Dunkin' Donuts is set to pull a Starbucks in January and change its name to just Dunkin'. By the way, they're doing it to stay youthful and get hip with the new kids. You buy or sell this?
Sell. Eddie and I were talking about this before you got here. Dunkin' Donuts has been an institution here in the New England area. This is where it started. It's Dunkin' fucking Donuts. I don't give a shit. Don't change it to Dunkin' Coffee, Dunkin' Latte, Dunkin' anything. It's Dunkin' fucking Donuts. Changing the name just caters to the wussified America that we all know and loathe. Fuck you, Dunkin'. My business goes elsewhere. Sell.
Where are you gonna go now? They took
I don't
away.
I don't drink coffee except once every 3 months. What do I give a fuck?
That works. I was just saying because you'd have.
How often have
they
you
took our
seen me?
Timmy Horrors for fuck's sake.
That one
And
time,
our Bessie and
right?
and our
that,
Bessie and
that one time when we did, I think it was the Shaman's Harvest interview, episode 9, when Nathan was first on the show, Nathan Hunt, and I had worked
yeah
double
yeah,
12-hour
actually, I think
shift,
you're right.
went home, slept 6 hours. What'd I come in with? A big ass fucking coffee this big. Once every 3 months, I drink a coffee. Fuck you, Duncan.
By herself.
Sell. This didn't work for Radio Shack when they tried to just call themselves The Shack. You know why Radio Shack went bust? Because they stopped their original business model of catering to the hobbyist. Dunkin' is no longer... That was the whole thing with Dunkin' Donuts. It made those glazed donuts with little handles on them. You dunked them in your coffee. They're getting away from that business model, and they're going to lose something. I mean, there's so many of them. You can walk in one on accident, but sell.
Absolutely. No,
Did we just agree wholeheartedly on a topic?
Oh,
You might need
Two in a row.
You might need more vodka, kid. I don't know, man. Before you know it, you're gonna have a Yankees hat on and a Beavis and Butthead T-shirt.
That'll
I don't
never
know.
happen.
All right, Ed.
You don't know that.
You're gonna love this one. It just popped up today. So Yale closes classes today, so women can protest Kavanaugh. By herself.
All right, listen. Chris is gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna buy it because I'm just gonna stick to my laurels. It's a private university. They can do what they want.
Yes, I know that. So you're just sticking by the fact that it's a private university.
I'm sticking with my libertarian laurels. It's a private university. They can do what they want.
Okay. All right. Chris, do you buy or sell that?
As much as I just absolutely loathe the thought, I agree with that. I buy it. Not that I loathe the thought of agreeing with you. I loathe the thought of that protest. Man, I've stood by Colin Kaepernick. I've stood by certain things, and I'm going to stand by their right to protest. But let's not forget that this man deserves due process. That if you are assigning guilt to Brett Kavanaugh, you are shitting on the Constitution. You're shitting on the American right. Thank you, fuck you, bye. But I'm buying it. They have the right to do it.
I mean, the realistic is I'm selling the protest, buying that Yale has a right to do it.
Thank you.
I get that.
But if we're gonna
my
be
whole
consistent-
thing is if we're gonna be consistent about it, what happened with 9/11? What happened with the Challenger? What happened?
None of that happened.
with the
Flat
LA
Earth-
with the
Flat Earth
LA
disproves
riots.
it.
What
Flat Earth
happens?
disproves
you
all
know,
of it.
What happened to all those people? They didn't their thoughts
They're
didn't
all
matter
actors.
then,
They're
or
crisis
is it
actors.
because now we cater to everybody's fucking needs that we have to do?
No,
shit
we
like
don't
this?
cater to people's needs. What happens is the whiny, wussified bitches come out and they say their piece, and when you maybe bring fact to the table and say this isn't true, automatically you're a racist, a xenophobe, a rapist,
A woman hater.
a woman hater, a chauvinist, whatever, and
An
you're
abuser.
wrong.
You're an abuser.
Exactly.
One out of every 5 men that you
If
know.
a woman
Do
pulls
you guys
a gun
realize
on
if we
oh,
had
fuck.
no real quick?
Go ahead.
This is a statistic for you. If we had Big Ian C and
Amen.
Blair Tugman
Yes.
in this room right now,
It'd be one hell of a show.
one of
Oh, it
us
would. It'd be the best.
One of us statistically is an abuser.
According to the
Yes.
American.
Yes.
Abuser of my cock.
Yes. No, you abuse your cock. Every
Yeah, you
night,
do that. You're
personally.
already. See, he's the 1 out of 5. But no,
you,
and that's
fuck
true.
you.
But again, I don't want to belabor
Take
the
it.
point because that's part of my. Do you know what's fucked up? But the feminazis need to understand that just because somebody accuses you doesn't mean you're guilty. Get over it.
All right, so
See,
Chris.
let me just say this real quick before we move on. I'm sorry, real quick point. This is the problem here, okay? And all right, so the epitome of evil, if we can all agree, is Adolf Hitler. That's the consensus. Adolf Hitler.
Nathan Thompson.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Adolf Hitler is the epitome of evil. Okay, in everybody's eyes, usually. You
Yeah.
can argue Stalin
Oh,
was
yeah,
worse, and
yeah.
I usually do.
No, I was going
But-
to say there's a couple people that's worse than him, but yeah, no,
So,
I mean,
in the eyes of the
the
average
word-
American, Hitler is the epitome of evil.
You
So
mean
when
you
got-
mean Trump, right? That's
Well,
what
I'm
they
getting
say.
I'm getting to that. So
Okay.
when you have a group of people, including politicians, saying, "Dude, he's literally Hitler," first of all, you're misusing the word literally, and it's pissing me
yeah,
off.
Yes.
we've gone through this.
So when they say
Cheers,
Trump,
grunt.
I know Trump is literally Hitler. Trump has appointed this man, so this man is globals as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
And
Now-
there's no reasoning with that rationale. So Trump is literally Hitler. He's literally appointed a Nazi. All rules of decorum, of due process, everything is out the door because the fate of the world rests on stopping this man from becoming the Supreme Court justice. And you know what fucking pisses me off the most? I don't fucking like this man. This man is the worst choice he could have picked.
Why?
Because this guy said about electronic surveillance, well, that's not a search. In response to the Fourth Amendment, he said, well, that's technically not a search. And even if it is a search, it's to fight terrorists, so it's okay. Eh? Like, no. Fucking no.
Well, no,
That is not a constitutional position to have in the Supreme
he's
Court's
doing
supposed to.
everything he's been taught. Look at the
Whatever-
birdie. Look at the birdie.
Yeah,
Look at the birdie.
No,
Yeah.
it's like whatever the court wants, he agrees with. I don't want this man to be the Supreme Court justice.
But
I can't agree with crucifying somebody with no evidence with sexual assault.
because they don't
Because that's
want
the worst
they don't
crime
want-
you can commit
they,
beside
they
murder.
don't want him in, so they're going to do anything they can
Anything they
to
can.
keep him out. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's just we talked about it, 2 weeks
At
ago when it
length,
first
ad
started.
nauseam.
Yeah, when they're arresting, the arrests were ridiculous. The first 4 days, it was 17, then it was 14, then 9, then fucking like 8. It's like, come on, people, like. It didn't even put your damn names. All it did was cluster. This many arrests happened. Your name didn't get up there. Your son.
Unless you're Trayvon Martin, that shit doesn't apply.
Yeah,
it
it's-
just drives me insane.
All
man,
right, you said Chris.
Moving
I
on.
know I'm ready for another skullduggery. Eye fucking. Here it comes.
the Philadelphia Flyers lose the bully, and for some god unknown reason, they decide to put a 7-foot-tall orange monstrosity known as Gritty
I'm so glad you picked me.
in his place.
Is this that mascot?
Buy or sell? Yes, it is.
Sell. Look, years ago when the Red Sox introduced Wally, I got it. It was a big
Wall.
green monster. The green monster wall, I got it. the Broad Street bully, the once in a while they'd roll out the guy with the head with the teeth and the gimmick, and this is just more wussification of America. Let's roll out a Muppet to represent our team. Philadelphia Flyers, you suck. You will always suck. The Bruins open tomorrow night against the champion Capitals. I hope they whoop the Capitals' ass and they come to Philadelphia and kick your ass. I know the bell went off. Fuck you, Philadelphia. I will always hate you. Kiss a bag of dicks. Eddie, it's your turn.
Is this that fuzzy McDonald Land character looking motherfucker
Yes.
that like slipped and fell?
Yeah.
Fucking Sal, dude. You suck at your job. If it weren't for the fact that this is broadcast and we have to be responsible for what we say, I'd say kill yourself, bro. Don't really kill yourself, but kill yourself, bro.
Oh,
Don't kill yourself. But seriously, Sal, dude, weak sauce, man. Weak sauce. They're hurting the brand. This is why it's prime for like a change of the guard. It's prime.
no, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Ventura Rollins 2020. Toughen up the world.
No,
Oh,
fuck
my
no.
God.
Kiss a dick.
I'm down with. I'm
Caillou
against Ventura.
2020.
Oh, Christ. Here
We
go.
might as well. We
Kanye?
fucking
I'm all about Kanye.
Caillou.
Okay.
Caillou
I'll go with
2020
Kanye.
because
He's woke.
fucking people.
Dude, I will do what all those prissy Rosie O'Donnell bitches didn't. If Kanye ever got elected president, I'm in Canada doing this show by phone from my cabin in
You
Kinmount.
see Jabroni with a fucking pussy hat. Fucking Kanye touched me. He touched me.
Oh, I would be the first one on the steps of the Capitol saying he touched me, whether or not I was, you know what, wait.
Hashtag gold digger touch me.
Can you wait for the feminazi bit during Fucked Up? Please, we're trying to get through.
And very
There we
last
go.
one.
Last one.
Kiki, do you love me? Do you need me? Speaking of your boy Kanye, there's some hidden meaning behind that song. Besides idiots just jumping out in front of their cars and getting hit and all kinds of funny, happy horseshit. It seems that Drake literally lives down the road from Kim Kardashian and your man Kanye. Kiki is also Kim's nickname. Buy or sell this conspiracy.
Ooh. Well, one, we need to build that wall. He's a Canadian. He shouldn't have a home here.
Wait a minute, you're taking my
Oh yeah,
seat
true.
now?
Never mind. The wall sucks.
We have to-
How'd
sorry,
I
we have to
lose my
take that away.
job?
We have to take it away.
Oh God, that's a tough one.
One of his lines is, "I had strolled down the block."
Suck my cock.
I buy it though because I buy it because
Give him another 30. Just out of sympathy, give him another 30. I'm begging you. He's look at him. Give him another 30. Give him.
Okay, go.
I'll buy it because Kiki. Oh my God, KK. It's fucking. This isn't the conspiracy show. What the fuck? I buy it though. I don't know. I have no explanation. I just buy it because
I do too. That's why I
it's-
brought it up.
Dude, with the fucking rap battles going on, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole thing was fucking planned. I buy it, man. I buy it. And dude, if you guys are watching on video, you got to watch me make some good fucking faces.
Chris, buy it or sell it.
I'm gonna buy it, and I don't care the reason because Kevin Harvick is still in the NASCAR playoffs. And listen to C&J Speeder review tomorrow night.
Oh, maybe he's Kiki.
He could be
Living down the
Kiki.
road.
Maybe I am.
That's
But
why
right-
it's a car challenge.
But right now,
See,
before we
see?
get into Do You Know What's Fucked Up, this is the touchy feely portion of our show. Where are you going? You
Not
have
in a Me Too kind of way.
You have to run the gimmick. Where are you going? Seriously.
Oh, you're doing the post?
Yeah, you have to
I
run
mean-
the gimmick. This is the touchy feely part of the show. This is Jabroni's musical poetry moment.
Hey, wait a minute. We lost last
So last week, I brought to you a passage, and I'm just going to reread it really quickly. The night has 1,000 eyes, but it moves in only places where the eyes can never be. The night tells 1,000 lies, and when you wake up in the morning, were you dreaming or screaming, trying to hide your burning heart before somebody cuts it all away? You two both voted
I looked it up. It was
poetry. It was what?
Bengals.
No, it was Dio, motherfucker. Dio. Dio.
I like Bengals better.
Yeah, the Bengals might be better, but this one's really short, really sweet, and I'm going to get your opinions, and if you're on the YouTube, chime in. Here it comes. Jabroni's musical poetry moment. Is it lyrics or is it poetry? Here we go. 1,000 words won't bring you back. I know because I've tried. And neither will 1,000 tears. I know because I've cried. Music or poetry? Eddie, start.
It sounds familiar. I'm going music this time.
You're going with music.
Yeah.
Michael?
I gotta go poetry.
You gotta go poetry? I am gonna now bring the answer out forward because we should do this every single week. Who said Gary Lewis and the Playboys? Are you high? That was Dio, motherfucker. Anyway, it's poetry. It was by a young lady named Kylie Dunbar. It's a poem. Mike is the winner of the week. The rest of you can suck a bag of dicks.
What do I win?
I don't know why I thought it was like an old Depeche Mode song or something.
You know, when I first heard it, I thought Natalie Merchant. When I read that passage, I actually looked up poetry and I'm reading it. And I'm like, that sounds like an old. What was the name of her group? 10,000 Maniacs.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw 10,000 Maniacs. I really did.
Oh, she's the one that passed away recently. Like last
No, that
year,
was
2 years ago.
what's her nuts?
Oh,
there?
from the Cranberries.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dolores Gimmick Schnabitz.
Which, by the way, she drowned.
Yeah, she did, but she was high, so
Yeah.
not on weed. So legalize it. All right, Ed, do you need to go to the office and do some business?
No, I was grabbing a gimmick.
Okay, you could have called over. I got the gimmick chamber right
you
here.
were paying the bills and doing a good job.
I get it. All right, now, guys, without further ado, we've roped you along long enough. Nathan Thompson is not calling into the show because he is a coward, and we're going to prove it. It is time. Run the graphic for Do You Know What's Fucked Up?
Yay!
What the fuck?
Yay! As our friend Jimmy Wisman would say, crime and sports, small town murder, former guest.
Great copyright claim.
What, on
Right?
the burp or on small town
Yay.
murder?
On
No,
the
he's
yay.
not going to come after us. He told me I could use
He
it.
might Gene Simmons that.
If he Gene Simmons is us, I will go to Arizona
No,
and
but he
beat
might-
his bald
he might-
ass. He
he
won't
might-
do it. He's a good
You
guy.
might do the yay. is what I was
Wisman's
saying.
awesome.
Yes, Wisman is awesome.
He's probably listening right now saying, I'm going to get these motherfuckers.
No, he's not, because I use it in love. I don't use it to steal from him. Fuck that. All right, so Do You Know What's Fucked Up, guys? If you've never been a part of Do You Know What's Fucked Up, we bring news stories from around the world and across this great nation that you would
Mostly in
not
Florida.
believe. Mostly.
A lot
I
of
have
them.
one from Florida.
I didn't pick
But-
any from Florida.
Who wants to start?
I can go right ahead.
Why don't you go ahead and we'll go around
All right.
the table clockwise. Or on a flat earth, you would call it inverse gimmick schnabitz. So
Well, we're going to tag team on one.
yes, we will. I got it. It's on my list, number
Okay.
1 when it gets to us.
So with this nice fall weather coming around,
Mm.
it's it's sweatshirt weather and sweaters and all that happy
Being
stuff.
Connecticut, we'll probably have a few more
Yeah.
80 degree
Oh no, we will.
days.
Thursday's coming up for another
Yeah.
85. So, anyways,
Another
Um,
one?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you guys know
I just
what's
broke out
fucked
all
up?
my what's fucked up, sir.
What's fucked up?
You can buy a $2,000 sweater from Calvin Klein right now. However, there's one small problem with it.
What's that?
The entire front is see-through. So you have sleeves. And then your entire front is completely see-through and therefore void of any sweater type material to keep you warm. As a matter of fact, most people wear it without a bra, and there's also men's see-through fronty sweaters. So get used to seeing a lot of nipples. Do you know what's even more fucked up than that?
What's
What's
even more
fucked up?
fucked up than that?
As of
As Eddie
noon today,
Yep.
they're sold out.
Excuse me for a minute. How the I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I have no
So-
interest in knowing.
I can I think I could pull up this this nice little picture for you. So
Please
you can,
do,
so you
because
can
I'm
see
curious.
This new thing.
I'm really wanting to know.
And you're gonna be yeah, okay.
Dude, all right. I got a counter to this story. If you think that's fucked up, like just a few years ago, Kanye West, speaking of him again,
Oh boy.
he sold a plain white T-shirt for $120, and they sold out.
What?
Plain white T-shirt.
If we could get away with that, we'd be building a studio somewhere.
Dude,
Holy shit!
I'm putting one up on Cafe Press right now. A plain white tee for $120.
No, I picked a woman for you because I didn't think you'd want to see a little skinny.
I could get half a shit if I saw Mr. America and this skinny little bearded fuck. All I know is this is retarded. Sorry for my use of retarded snowflakes, but this is the dumbest shit I ever saw.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Go ahead. Feast your eyes, Ed.
Just so you can have an idea of There you go.
But okay,
Oh, flash flood warnings in my area till 10:30.
sweet.
Of course.
Interrupting the fucking
Yeah.
broadcast.
Okay, so yeah, here's the thing, and I've said this before when they offered packages, like we talked about the video game that
Yes.
was offering that package that was
Mhm.
like ridiculously priced, and I said, "There's rich people are gonna buy all kinds of shit or stuff." Where will you wear that? Like,
For $2,000, you better wear it more than once.
You better be at the luxury box at the fucking Patriots game with that shit on, I'll tell you
Like,
that much.
I don't know. Hey, like I said, rich people will buy stupid shit. Like I said, Kanye West sold a white tee for $120. It's sold out. Plain white tee. Probably the same kind of shit you'd buy Hanes 5 in a pack.
Mm-hmm.
$5.99.
Exactly. Although, actually, no, a little bit more than that because I recently tried to buy socks and it was a pain in the ass.
I was gonna say you got this gimmick with socks. I buy socks like a 6-pack for $9.99. You have a problem buying socks? What the fuck? You know what's fucked up? Ed can't buy socks.
No, because it was the way they make it is so complicated. I was in Target, and
That's the first problem.
I was in Target, and it's
Mhm.
like I wear crew socks, and I'm trying to just
Same.
find plain crew socks
Mm-hmm.
with nothing on it. I just want white crew socks, and they don't make them.
Of course not. Everybody's got to have their fucking gimmick
It
on
was
it.
driving me nuts. The closest thing I was able to find with these crew socks with the little gray tip and the gray heel and stuff for like $9.99.
You want me
for
to
a
take off
10-pack.
my shoe and show you? Just it's on the toe now, or it's on the heel. It's not on the upper part unless you're buying Nike, Adidas, Gimmick, Schneebitz, You not get. You piss me off.
No,
You
I'm
just
just
pissed me off.
saying. I'm just saying, like, and then
And you're laughing.
I think it's funny.
dude, this is real world stuff, man.
This is horse. This is horse shit. Is what it is. Horse shit.
Come on. All right, so look, $10,000 see-through shirt and white socks. That difficult?
Is
to
fucking
get,
move
like-
along. Next topic.
Apparently, white socks are that difficult to get.
Okay.
Dude, I couldn't even find them on Amazon. They all got fucking gray patches on them.
All right. What do you got, Ed?
Hmm.
Because you're gonna piggyback mine, so I'm gonna let you dive into one of yours.
Well, I'm gonna go to the Twitterverse.
Mm-hmm.
Very recently, yesterday actually, actor James Woods banned from Twitter over a tweet that encouraged men not to vote.
Interesting.
A tweet was actually a series of memes were put out that, and I think even I don't know if there was a video, but a series of memes were put out that said we're making women's vote more valuable. It showed a bunch of men. It's like we're making women's votes more valuable by not voting,
Go ahead.
which is counterproductive because that would
Yeah.
just mean their side would lose
Right.
because their
right.
entire voting
Exactly.
because that's not how voting votes works, unfortunately. So James Woods shared that tweet with this statement. Now I want you guys to hear this statement. This is what he wrote, and I want you to tell me if this is like
Fucked up.
worthy, if it's fucked up or worthy of any kind of banning. Well, where the fuck is it? Oh shit, where is the tweet?
Gee, I don't know. You have the fucking gimmick.
I got the article in front of me and I saw you earlier.
All right.
Okay, he wrote
Who's got
pretty.
it?
He knew it was fake. First of all, and he shared the meme, and he goes, "Pretty scary that there is a distinct possibility that this could be real. Not likely, but in this day and age of absolute liberal insanity, it is at least possible." That's all he wrote. Twitter banned him for that.
For that,
Yes.
more wussification,
Now,
Nazism.
James Woods is a very conservative person. He
Doesn't
posts
matter.
conservative stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So and the big thing is, I think Google and Twitter and Facebook have a large bias against conservative point of view.
What happened to freedom
Um,
of speech?
They're a private company, though.
If you're gonna promote a
I agree with you.
motherfucker.
Here's the thing: I don't disagree with you, but
If you're gonna
legal-
promote an
legal-wise-
area where someone can say, and we'll get into this because I was a victim of it recently, and Ed will back me up, and I'm sure Mike saw a bunch of it. If you're gonna promote a place where you can share your thoughts, and then you ban someone for sharing their thoughts, you are not promoting the American way, the freedom of speech, etc., so forth. You're basically Nazi. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Now, here's the thing: Twitter.
Nazi.
If you ask Twitter about something, they will not comment on individual accounts. That's their policy. Fine. But James Woods said their reason for him is Twitter accused me of affecting the political process.
Oh fuck.
When in fact their banning me is truly egregious interference.
It's egregious.
Because now
Outrageous.
having the voice smothered is much more disturbing than having your vocal cords slit. If you want to kill my free speech, man up, slit my throat with a knife, don't smother me with a pillow.
Amen to him.
So
James,
here's the thing, I don't always agree with James Woods on the shit he says, but
this time I am.
he should be able to say it. It's kind of
What
like
the
Alex Jones.
fuck?
Not like Alex Jones. We all know Alex Jones is out there.
Right.
But even Bill Maher agrees with me, and he's a lefty like the rest of them. He gets to speak.
Right.
And you get to even, I'll say it, say the name,
Whose name?
the cunt.
Nathan Thompson, the fucking cunt, the Fuhrer.
Don't like him, he gets to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll
But
never,
if you speak against him, he banned you like a Nazi, motherfucker.
and we're going to do plenty of it today.
Yes, we will. This is like a motherfucker montage. We're gonna get fucking banned now.
It's nothing like Samuel L. Jackson to break the tension. I love
Just
it.
say
It makes you feel better. It just makes you feel
what
better.
a great word,
So,
motherfucker is.
I want to add something because this is something I kind of disagree with, but I want your guys' perspective on it.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, so with these social medias as big as they've gotten, and they're pretty much like a lot of people get their news from them and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
should they be treated like public utilities?
Yes, if you don't, they're controlling the narrative. In which, if I put up something tomorrow, which we're going to talk about after I cover point number 1 that Eddie's going to piggyback me with. If you put out something that points out, say, the inconsistencies in a young lady telling a story that happened 37 years ago, and they don't agree with it, they can ban you. That's horseshit. That removes your freedom of speech. Whether it's a private company or not, you're giving people a forum to give their honest opinion, to put their thoughts out in a public forum. But if you ban them and say, well, your opinion doesn't match our model, fuck you. Well, you're not an American company. You're not a freedom company. You're basically an echo chamber. Fuck you.
Not only should they be, accepted and treated that way, they should have the responsibilities of them as well, I believe.
Absolutely.
So if I'm saying they're going to get the best of both worlds, so to say. So
Or the worst in some
no,
cases.
that's exactly what I'm saying. It goes both ways. You can't just have one or the other. So no, absolutely.
There's a bunch of times where I'm scrolling through my Facebook feed, and I'm gonna single Facebook out, where I see something that is either sponsored or somebody shares, and it goes to, say, maybe the feminazi point of view, or this point of view, or that point of view. I don't agree with. I just, you know what I do? I take this little finger right here and I keep scrolling.
Right.
I just keep scrolling. I just go about my business. I find Eddie's picture, face swap with him and his stepdaughter. I like it. I find Mike's gimmick about what happens if you legalize weed. I like it, and I comment. If I don't like it, I just move along. I don't have to raise the hugest stink ever about it.
I was hoping both of you would say that, because now is my retort. Because this is
Here
really
it comes. Is Devil's Advocate. I knew it was coming.
I know.
Fuck, my head hurts.
Awesome. But hear me out, guys. This is really happening.
I know it is.
California is one step away. This is from the Foundation for Economic Education. California is one step away from going down the unconstitutional road of government-mandated censorship of internet speech. The California Senate and State Assembly recently passed SB 1424, the Internet Social Media Advisory Group Act.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This fake news, quote, quote, advisory act is now on the desk of Governor Jerry Brown for his signature. According to Section 3085 of the legislation, the Attorney General shall, subject to the limitation of subdivision, establish an advisory group consisting of at least one member of the Department of Justice, Internet-based media providers, civil liberties advocates, and First Amendment scholars to do both of the following. Study the problem of the spread of false information through Internet-based social media platforms, draft a model strategic plan for Internet-based social media platforms to use to mitigate the spread of false information through their platforms. Now, I ask you again, do you want these treated like public utilities? Because that's exactly what will happen if you hand that over.
Your turn. I'm fucking done with the whole thing.
Hit the button.
I said, go ahead. Here, I'll do it for you.
Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Nice. You're getting a shirt. I'm getting a shirt. You're getting a shirt. Everybody gets a shirt.
No, but all kidding aside, you see, that's when you make something a public utility, you're handing it over to the public governing body, and that is the kind of shit they will do. No, it should not be treated as a public utility. What you need is competition. You need a platform.
Then move to Twitter.
You
then move to Instagram. Then move to Dick Chat or whatever the fuck
make your
people
own.
are sending
Or
selfies.
make your own website, which I encourage people to go to. There'll be no censorship on Loki and Jabroni.
Go to the blog space. I haven't done the horseshit files in a while because basically I just been uninspired.
Never know the horror that we had to go through to send dick pics to people. We had to get, first of all,
you had to get the little miniature camera that, the cell.
If you're lucky, if you were like us and you kind of wanted to bring it in the next day at school,
my
yeah.
mom's
fucking the
right?
the what is it?
Well, you needed the extendo lens.
Powder.
No, the instant one, man. The
And
fucking
then-
the Polaroid.
Do you remember summer school? He's like, dude, check it out. Round pancake, square bush, man. And you had to go through the photo mat to get that shit.
Then you got to prove it's yours. So you're gonna be like, no, that really
Look,
is
see
mine.
the freckle? You see the freckle?
Can you imagine?
That's
the
me, the
old
freckle.
Days? Can you imagine the old days when you used to have to stand there for 10 minutes to take a photo? You need a fluffer to take a dick pic.
Exactly.
Yes,
It's like,
sir.
excuse me, madam, can you please?
Come over here and service me.
That does require a dick pic. I need thy fluffer, please.
All right, I got a comment from Steven. I want to bring this up. Steven's been hot this whole time, man. I want to thank you, Steven. First time viewer, listener, Schnaebitz. I don't agree with the California law, but something needs to be done about the harmful fake news, like the conspiracy nuts who perpetuate the Sandy Hook crap and motivate people to harass the families. I have a friend. I have a friend who is a teacher in the Sandy Hook school. It's
made
real.
a career out of it for
Yes, they
decades.
did.
Well, they made a career out of fear mongering for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't say I'll never accuse them of conspiracy shit, but definitely the fear mongering.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Steven, thank you for your comments.
Steven's referring to Alex Jones.
Probably.
That's
no,
what he's
absolutely.
referring to.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
There's others, though. There's not just Alex Jones. There are. I've seen documentaries,
obviously.
and you know me. I'm a documentary freak. I look. I search for crazy.
I love documentaries.
But wait, I look. You know me. I look to the off to the right. I don't want to look. I'm not dividing the left or the right. I'm saying the right just because
You have to, because that is the dichotomy.
fuck that shit. I look to the far reaches of stupidity for documentaries. When I see something like the
So you watch Michael Moore?
only once, and that was Fahrenheit 9/11. But that's another story for another time. I look to the farthest reaches of ignorance for these documentaries, like the Kennedy assassination was staged. Okay, you have my attention.
Smoking
I'm
Gun's
gonna
my
watch.
favorite one.
That's a really good one too.
I actually believe that theory.
It's not implausible. I get it, but I still don't buy it. But
No one really knows. No one will ever know.
for some of these documentaries that say, it was all a CIA gimmick and Schnaebitz Fernum and whatever, do I think Oswald was the only shooter? No, I think he was one of three. If you look at the ballistics test, the fatal wound was very well an Oswald shot. The shot to the throat and the shot to his chest, which nobody talks about, the shot to the chest came from the grassy knoll. There were at least three shooters.
Nobody talks about the shot that his girlfriend took down the throat that night either.
Well, that was Marilyn Monroe, and she's a drug addict, and if you worship her, fuck you.
I thought he was talking about Oswald's wife. She was pretty hot.
Yeah,
she was cute
that's what I
for
was
a
talking
Russian
about, 'cause
chick.
Oswald was like,
Very fucking.
Maybe that's why he
cute.
shot Kennedy, because Kennedy fucked his wife.
Right? It could be possible, but I look at these conspiracy gimmicks, and there's a guy out there called Richard Serrett who has Conspiracy Unlimited, which I don't listen to. I listened to one, and I was just done. But he also does one called the Rock and Roll Twilight Zone, which I listen to. It's very informative. It's another great podcast. I'm not telling you to check it out in favor of ours, but check out ours first, and maybe give Serrett a listen. Very informative. He brings the what was it? Jim Morrison is not really dead. He covers it. Kurt Cobain was murdered by his wife, which I do believe because I read several books about it. He covers it, all of it. Bleach was a great fucking documentary. But stop believing in the fucking conspiracies. And now I'm gonna go into mine, and maybe you can piggyback me on this. One of the biggest conspiracies on the face of this round Earth is that the Earth is flat, and it's perpetuated by a faggot ass cunt named Nathan Thompson. No, fuck you. I'm doing it again. A faggot ass cunt named Nathan Thompson who runs a group called Official Flat Earth and Globe Discussion. Now, the first thing,
a bundle of sticks,
the
people.
first thing you need to know is it's not a discussion. It's where a cult of flat earthers come together and jerk each other off handily, and they just do their thing. And if you come up with scientific evidence, say, hey, what about this? You're banned. Like me, which I was banned weeks ago, and I really don't give a fuck. I've chased Nathan Thompson down on every platform I can find him, and he won't debate me. As well you should. But what Eddie brought to the table recently, because I've been banned from the group for 3 weeks, is that the Flat Earth and Globe Discussion practices anti-Semitism. I cannot speak to this. All I know is that Nathan Thompson, and I call him the Fuhrer for a reason, because I do believe he's Heil Hitler kind of guy. If you don't agree with him, you're shut out. Now, you saw firsthand recently and contacted me and said, hey, this group is full of anti-Semitism. And I said, yeah, pretty much, when they call out Jesuit this and Judaism that. And tell your story.
Well, it's plain and simple. Like, what? I almost never engage in that group. I think you added me to it.
I wanted you there for the comedy because I found it to be comedy.
It's funny, like, and I had a newsfeed blocker for the longest time, so I didn't see shit. So, my MacBook updated its OS, and when it updated my OS, my extensions no longer worked. So my newsfeed is now there, and the Flat Earth page comes up. And somebody asked point blank, just to be clear, the round Earth conspiracy is it's a Zionist conspiracy, right? Just so we're clear. And the whole thread is just full of all kinds of anti-Semitic shit. And you know me, I don't throw the word racist around at people a lot. I don't throw the word anti-Semitism around a lot. You can criticize Israel if you want. I don't care. You know, there's lots to criticize about. But some of the fucking shit I was reading, I'm like, oh my God. And I have friends who are flat earth people.
I'm sorry.
And,
by the way.
But they're here's the thing. They're
when
harmless.
I came to the fair that day and I saw you in, what town was it? Woodstock?
Yes.
And Amy warned me ahead of time, wait for the flat earth
Oh, there's
sign.
flat earth signs.
Oh, it pissed me off. I wanted to get out of my car and piss on these signs just to annoy them, but I know that they would carry it as a flag and go, look, they're coming against us. They urinated on our... Whatever.
But
bitches.
Here's the thing. Like after that, and after I talked to you guys online, I was going to go a little further in this. And it's almost like the whole flat earth thing is this mask for anti-Semitism.
It's very simple.
Bingo.
Dude.
It's fucking
very
crazy.
simple. If the Earth was really flat, all the cats of the world would have knocked everything off the edge of Earth.
Fucking assholes.
Look, every fucking cat.
There's three.
Telling you right now, we'd have
nothing.
nothing. There'd be nothing on this flat Earth if it was flat.
Ed can back me up.
Sasha'd be chewing on the edges by now.
Well,
Would be
of course.
abso-fucking-lutely.
Sasha would have chewed through the dome. There's three questions I ask when somebody puts up a picture of the ISS taking a picture of the Earth with the curvature and all that bullshit, and they say, oh, it's fake, it's CGI. I'm like, okay, flat Earth. You're the one claiming the Earth is flat. The burden of proof is on you, much like when I get to the feminazis on the next particular comment that I have to make. One, show the dome. You say we live under a dome. Show the dome. Well, I can't because it's protected by the ice wall. Okay, show the ice wall. Well, I can't because there's the Antarctic Treaty and there's armed guards. Listen to me when I say this. Think of how stupid this fucking sounds, Nathan Thompson, you cunt. There's an armada of armed guards protecting the ice wall, and there are lands beyond the ice wall that we don't even know about. Well, if there's lands beyond the ice wall that we don't know about, how are you talking about them?
They go back and forth between Area
And then they
51.
tell me, right, and then they tell me I'm stupid. Well, you don't know, you're not woke. Fuck your woke.
I hate that word.
Show me your fucking science, because there are people on this page, when I was there, that would show scientific proof and then go, banned for 6 days because you can't show
Matt
proof.
Hardy
And
was woke and he's retired now.
yeah, see how that worked.
No, it just
Fuck all of them.
Hashtag
honestly,
fuck
I
Reigns.
thought it was just a joke, but the more I read from these people, I was like, holy shit.
Mhm.
You know what they used to, because it went from what was it? They used to blame they made conspiracy about the Rockefellers or the robber barons or whatever.
Not the Illuminati, but
Well, what I'm saying is, like, it all came down to fucking, the Jews run everything.
exactly.
And I have proof today that the Jews do not run everything.
Bring it forward,
I have proof.
because maybe these
Ray
flat
Kroc.
Earth fucks will get a taste of their own medicine.
I
Ray
I
Kroc.
should be clear. I know for sure that Jews do not run this country.
How is that?
Sam
Ed?
Walling.
Sam Walton.
No.
Yeah, thank
If
you.
Jews did not run this country, if Jews ran this country, there's no fucking way we'd be in so much debt.
Agreed.
No,
1000%.
no, they're all married.
Surplus
What the
Jones.
fuck are you talking about?
What,
They're
is
all
that-
married.
what does that have to do with the deficit?
They have wives.
And?
They go shopping.
And?
That's not, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I see where he's going. Wait, let's follow this trail.
Yeah,
Go ahead. And they'd stimulate the economy.
exactly.
Boom sauce right there. Anyway, listen.
Production drives an economy, not consumption.
I'm
Bullshit.
gonna say this as clearly as I can.
I do.
Challenge
I
accepted.
call bullshit.
Steven,
If you ain't buying shit, you ain't fucking selling
If
shit.
you're not producing
you ain't
shit,
making shit.
if you're not producing shit, there's nothing to buy.
If you ain't buying it, you ain't making it.
there's a YouTube.
If you ain't producing it, you ain't
oh,
buying
for
it.
the love of fuck.
Well, no shit, because it's still on the shelves because nobody's buying
And
it.
if you ain't producing a lot of it, it's too expensive.
You're talking about Nickelback records right now. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah, I know they sell fucking
That is an
case of
entirely
water for
different
fucking
black hole all of its own.
$28.
Exactly, as the hurricane's coming.
Yeah.
Let's get off that subject because that
All right.
pisses me off too. Listen, if you cannot accept scientific fact that you claim that some jackass bounces a golf ball on a fucking hammer and says, look, this couldn't happen on a fucking spinning ball Earth, then you're a fucking moron. If you believe in the flat Earth, I'm saying it, I'm going to look dead in the fucking barrel of this camera. You're a fucking moron. Come on this show. Find the Facebook
No,
page.
I don't want him on the show.
No, stop. I do, and my
No.
name's on the show.
Ugh.
Hit the click to call button. Next Tuesday night, I'll give you 15 minutes. Same with the feminazis when I talk to them. If you want 15 minutes, bring it on. Give me scientific proof other than memes or bullshit or insults, and I might buy your argument. If you can't give me anything, thank you, fuck you, bye. We're all getting shirts, by the way, and we're all going to wear them on the same fucking week. That I guarantee.
This is my thing. You come on the show and do nothing but motherfuck you for about an hour.
Pretty much. And they only get 15
Hashtag
minutes.
fuck Reigns.
So you better hashtag fuck Reigns.
Yeah, you know what? You are Reigns.
You are.
Hashtag you are Reigns.
If you're a flat earther, you are Roman Reigns. Hashtag fuck Roman
No,
Reigns.
I'm sorry.
Mike?
I think here's the you know what the flat earth thing
Sorry.
reminds. No, I'm not. It's fine. We can move on. But the flat earth thing, Michael know what I'm talking about. Reminds me of the fucking Ringworld fucking books,
Oh yeah.
where the whole the earth is flat and is on top of a flying turtle.
Yeah.
That's what I fucking think.
That's
of
what
when I
they.
hear
That's
these
that's
people.
some. What's one of the things
That'd
they
be really cool,
claim?
That would be
It's
way
a series
way
of
cooler.
fantasy books by
Here's the Earth.
Pratchett.
Yeah,
Here's the
yeah.
Earth. That's what they say. Here's the
And
Earth.
two really good video games.
There's
by
the
way.
That would
ice
be
wall.
way cooler.
And then there's a firmament, which is a dome.
Way
and then there's
cooler.
waters above the firmament. And then there's heaven. Now,
How did the Japanese get to Pearl Harbor to fucking bomb them?
oh, because you have to go all the way there. Fuck you, you rat bastards. If you're a flat earther and you listen to this show, do yourself a favor. Go to the kitchen, open the utility drawer. There's forks here. There's spoons here. Oh, wait, there's the knives. Grab a knife, stab yourself in the fucking throat. Never tune into this
and
show
Shabbat
again.
Shalom, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Chaim. what is it? L'chaim. L'chaim.
Chaim.
I
It's
don't
like you
know.
got popcorn in your throat. L'chaim.
I don't know, but this vodka's kosher.
It is kosher.
So is this
All right,
beer.
guys.
You're up, Mike.
So, first of all, I think this is completely fucked up for another reason.
I guess the freezer
and
is
I'm kind of
working.
hoping you guys are on the same page with me on this. But
let's find out.
Six Flags St. Louis.
Sell it. I mean,
Wrong segment.
sorry.
6 people will have to stay in a coffin for 30 hours.
Saw this.
Oh.
With a 5-minute bathroom break every hour, they'll have Wi-Fi, they'll have power for their phone, drinks, snacks. You can bring your pillow, your sleeping
horse
bag.
shit, no!
Hold on, I know, hold on. It's all for only one person gets to win this. It's all for $300. 2 free
$300.
2
30
free
hours in a
passes.
coffin. You better be giving me a lifetime supply of Miller
No,
Lite
you're
for
not.
that shit.
You're getting $300, 2 free passes to next year's Six Flags season, and you can keep the coffin if you want.
Unless it's a kiss coffin, I'm not interested.
So it's $10 an hour.
Yes. Good call. I didn't think of it that way.
That's what it is. It's $10
Yeah,
an hour.
It's under minimum
No.
wage.
No.
Dude, I'd do that shit standing on my head without the phone, without the plug. A bathroom break would be nice,
Mhm.
but I mean, you don't necessarily
A nominal, not every couple hours give me some grub, but
fuck
if
that,
you're gonna
dude.
let,
I'd
it-
probably party.
Six Flags grub.
I would party 3 days straight. Bring my sleeping bag. Bring my fucking pillow. I'd probably bring
knock yourself out.
probably bring my thing just to listen to music for the first 5 minutes, and I'd be out for at least 20 of those
I
fucking
mean, we
hours.
could pipe him in from the coffin for the show.
But
Yeah, why
I mean,
not? I'd do it.
Honest, you know what turns me? Okay, season passes great if you go to Six Flags and stuff. The
but
I
only
do.
one person is winning it. Only one person.
Yeah, the $300 is not worth it.
Mm-mm.
It's really not worth it when you think about the
For 50 grand, I'd do it.
the productive things you could do. You know,
Yeah.
Amen.
I know what it is. They're creeped out by the coffin. Okay, you want to make it more interesting? Have them sit in a live fucking electric chair for 30 hours.
There you go.
You know,
Wonder
I-
if it's going to be turned
you
on.
guys remember the MTV show Fear?
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
I love that show. I don't
When
know why I
it
didn't do
didn't-
better.
When it didn't get to like what was it, like the 4th season, and it really started getting kind of like.
It got-
Well,
Ooh,
they put,
excuse
yeah,
me.
they-
It got
they-
hokey.
Yeah, I think hokey might be a good
some of the
word I'm
thing-
looking
some
for,
of the
but
things
yeah,
that- like, some
it
of
got
the things they had-
predictable, and it was like really, you're like, oh God, stop it! This lady cannot be afraid of icing going off the left side of her cinnamon bun on a Wednesday. You know,
But
it
here's
it
the
was
thing.
getting really fucking stupid.
No, but in that first season, I think is classic where they had somebody literally they were in some kind of hopper, and there's a bunch of blades that grind things up, and the challenge was you stand on these grinders, and we want you to reach over and turn the switch on.
It's kind of like
You know,
Saw,
that
but
is a
different.
challenge. Yeah, that is a challenge because in your mind you're thinking MTV's not going to kill me, but at the same time you're like,
They can edit the shit.
or it's like in your mind you're thinking human error could have fucked up. You know, we've seen it, Brandon Lee with the gun,
Mhm.
you know, whatever. So that is a challenge. Like to lay in a coffin for 30 hours for $300.
Not worth it.
Like you
think,
can
to
imagine.
be honest with you, it's a millennial challenge.
It's $10 an hour. It's what they're used to.
It's a millennium challenge, dude. It,
It
really
is.
is.
It
It's
really is.
you get your phone. The phone can be plugged in the whole fucking time.
Horseshit,
You get a
horseshit,
5-minute bathroom break every hour. So literally, if you're there for 10 hours, it's 50 minutes. 20 hours is 100 minutes.
You want to make
I mean,
it
you're outside of that fucking shit. You know, it's
I got nothing.
I don't even consider it difficult, man. I
and,
don't
you,
even.
and you have your phone and everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you
fuck,
could be. You
know?
could literally be on live the whole fucking time. Here's
Yeah.
me chewing on fucking potato chips.
Hey,
Oh,
here I
hey,
am in the
look,
coffin.
they
Gimmick
just-
schnabbits.
They just brought me some cheese.
I got
and some
nachos.
See,
chicken
here's
fingers.
the thing.
Yeah.
The thing with that challenge is the
Churro
isolation.
Jones.
If they said you need to be in it for a straight 30 hours, and like we'll hook a hose up so you can piss out of it. Okay, then I'd be like, okay, that's a challenge, but I
That's-
want more. I still want more. Than
He's on the
300.
right
Oh
track.
fuck yeah, yeah, and it's got to be exactly. It's got to be fucking with your head. I don't see this fucking with your head. Besides the fact that big deal. You don't get a whole lot of leg room and you don't get a whole lot of arm room. But like I said, dude, if you're sleeping for most of that fucking shit, you ain't even gonna realize it anyways. How they said they'll check on you. I'll be like, dude, look,
Because if somebody dies,
don't open this coffin for like fucking 12 hours easy. I'm gonna be knocked out for at least that. I just fucking had like 16 shots of fucking whiskey before I even
And
walked
an
through.
Ambien. And an Ambien.
see, here's the thing.
That's 16 right there. You're already fucking halfway there.
I know it's a stretch for all of us, but I like to think of ourselves as the somewhat enlightened. So we know.
No, we're not, because we
Oh,
don't
no.
believe the Earth is fucking flat.
No,
Fuck
we
that
ruined
guy.
this.
Wait, that's the last
We ruined
point.
this world and then blame the millennials.
No. Our parents did. We never get blamed for anything. That's
We
the
didn't do
great
shit.
part.
Although, wait
yeah.
a minute.
Generation
no.
X never gets blamed.
There
for
are
anything.
some people that will tell you that it was our generation with the kinder, gentler fucking wussification gimmick. I kind of buy it a little
Yeah,
bit.
but
That's
was
next month.
That
That's
was,
next month.
If you think about it, that was directed at our parents. The problem is our generation's kids. If you break it down,
Fuck me, Ron. I'm done with this.
No, I'm just saying. If you really think about it, and,
No,
and
he's
you know
right.
I'm not lying.
No, absolutely.
So, like your kids, they're turning out pretty good. They're the exception, though,
there's
not the rule.
I was exactly.
My two kids
there's
upstairs are the exception. Same.
There's not.
Because your son said things to me, and I'm just like, I just don't know how I feel about this. I'm just like,
But he's asking.
and I
He's
said,
not
and I said,
telling.
I said to him, just fucking nod your head, bro. Like I said to him, just nod your head.
But he's asking. He's not telling, and that's what some of this generation doesn't understand. They tell you what to think. They
Right.
tell you what to accept. They tell you what to. If a man wants to go in the woman's bathroom and pee, if he had, fuck that shit. I got a 10-year-old daughter. I got a 13-year-old stepdaughter. If they're in there doing their business and they are washing their hands, and some big burly man, 6'7", 325, full of hair, come, I'm a woman. I want to go to the. Fuck him. I'll go to jail for shit like that because I'll knock his ass out.
See,
I know that's
what
off
I'm
the
saying.
point.
That's what I'm saying. It's the exception, though. It's not the rule. So it's like it's our generation's kids that are the problem because some of our generation have adult children.
Mhm.
We've all went drinking with Charlotte.
That's a good point. Cattle,
just saying.
cattle. If you're out there,
Because I think
We drank with you.
I think here's the thing. I think
ask
the
her
term
about
millennial,
cattle.
I know,
when
I
people
know.
hear
I
the
know.
word millennial, they're starting to think of this current youth.
92
it's
and
not.
on. 92 and on.
It's
Mhm.
not when you think about it. There's a new generation now.
92
Oh
and
yeah.
on.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and so the millennials are actually our generation's children.
Yeah.
And they are adults now.
Piss me off.
The David Hoggs of the world, whether you like
Fuck
it or
the,
not.
no. See now.
Whether you
oh.
like it or not, though, he's
Uh-huh.
going to be of voting age, which is why when people are saying, "Oh, you shouldn't criticize him because he's a kid," fuck you. That guy in a couple years has power to
Bingo.
vote against my interest.
Yeah,
Bingo.
exactly.
Fuck you.
And he has a
Exactly.
voice now.
I'm not saying hang the fucking kid. I'm not saying fucking beat him or whatever.
Allow
But-
me to say that I do say that.
He does. But
Oh, he does.
I'm saying if I want to say, kid, hey, you know what? I understand you're young, but you're a fucking idiot.
David
yeah.
Hogg is one of those kids like every other jackass I encounter under the age of 25 right now, and I'll extend it under the age of 28 right now, that tells me what I should be tolerant of. Motherfucker, I've
No,
lived.
that's not what he says, though.
No,
he
no,
says you're too dumb to work in a democratic world, and so he needs to take it over for you. That's what makes him dangerous.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
It's on video.
But he's
You know, it's
also
like when your parents can't use a cell phone, you got to take the fucking cell phone from them, say, hey, this is how you do it. This is how you do democracy.
that's every generation.
No,
my
I'm
father,
talking specifically about
look,
David Hogg.
Look,
Yeah.
my father back in 1865 could not hook up our Atari to the TV, and it took me to go one here, two here, read the directions, Schneebitzfernum, look, Atari's set up. Let's play fucking combat. It's a generational thing.
Yeah.
The first time I saw my mom with a cell phone, and she was late 50s, early 60s. I had to basically show her how it worked, and I was in my 30s already. So it's a generational thing. That part I get. What I don't get is some 17-year-old cocksucker who, unfortunately, some of his friends died. I'm sympathetic to that
Can I
cause.
just, but not to cut you off, can I
You
just
may.
throw out, because this is a verifiable fact,
Mhm.
he wasn't fucking there.
No, he was not. But
No.
some of his friends passed away.
Right.
And I get it. I get it.
Hey, be a
But
spokesperson
for
for your
him
friends.
to
Absolutely.
for him to tell me
I have no problem
how
with
I
that.
should think, how I should feel, how I should vote, how I should live, fucker, You haven't lived day one compared to Eddie, Mike, Chris, or many of the people who listen to this show. You haven't lived day one compared to the gentleman that lives down the street who I pass by even 3-4 times a week, who has no legs, who is out there with his wheelchair pushing a lawnmower, mowing his own lawn, because neighborhood kids nowadays don't think about the greater good like we did and go out and mow that guy's lawn. He's doing it in his
How the
fucking
fuck does he mow
wheelchair.
his own lawn?
I will show you where that house is the next when it's light. I will walk you there and I will show you that guy and we'll go shake
to
his hand.
push
We will
a
invite him here.
lawnmower, You need to be able to push.
He does it. David Hogg, you know fuck all. Same as Nathan Cunt Thompson, same as the rest of you millennial fucks. You know fuck all. You haven't lived day one compared to the rest of us. Eat shit and live.
It's the whole fucking
My big
15 minutes of fame, dude. We created monsters
my
when we did
big
this shit.
issue with David Hogg. Okay, so I kind of agree with what everything Chris is saying. My biggest issue with David Hogg is that when he says things like, "Oh, these conservative and libertarians are fucking bought off by the NRA," motherfucker, I'm not in the NRA.
No, you're
I
not.
don't need the fuck the NRA. I don't need the NRA. Do you know who told me what my rights are and what my rights are to be protected by the government that we trust?
Say it.
James Madison and Thomas Jefferson. So fuck you and the NRA. And
Agreed.
fuck the NRA for hiring Oliver North as a fucking spokesperson. Granted, someone knows how to sell weapons.
Well,
But-
I was gonna say he knows how to use them and
Seriously,
sell them. So.
that's what pisses me off. Like, fuck the NRA. I'm not interested in the NRA. It has nothing to do with the NRA. And I wish the kid was in my face so I could say it to him. Fuck the NRA. Not in the NRA.
Let's get him on the show.
Yeah, whatever.
What do you got, man?
He's too busy trying to get the Canadians
Is it
to
my
interfere
turn?
with elections.
It is.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring this story up. Full credit goes to my friend Jim Roca, the Banana Man. This is going to tickle Mike to no end. If you go to Maine, you want to get a lobster. Before they're on your plate, they're going to be stoned.
Oh, God.
A Maine
heard
restaurant
this
wants to
story.
kill lobsters humanely by getting them stoned. Marijuana could be the key to tastier shellfish that dies happier. You want to humanely kill a lobster? Order it baked. Well, actually steamed, but the thoughtful restaurant serving this crustacean advertises it as stoned. To the point, Charlotte's legendary lobster pound in Southwest Harbor, Maine is exposing its lobsters to marijuana smoke before cooking them. Owner Charlotte Gill explains that she has tested the effects of weed smoke on a lobster named Roscoe. Remember that. She named the fucking lobster.
That
Start there.
before she ate it.
Exact. Before somebody ate it. Placing the lobster
She
in
had
about...
to taste it. She just said that she tasted the difference.
Oh,
so
here...
she had to taste Roscoe, right?
Fair enough. Where was I? Okay, into
That
placing...
actually sounds like a strain you should be sharing with your friends. Dude, you got any more of that Roscoe?
You got more of that Roscoe?
Dude, Roscoe was good.
She placed the lobster in about 2 inches of water inside a covered box, then pumped in the smoke into the liquid in sort of a water bong scenario. Roscoe was then returned to the tank, sans restricted claw bands, which you see when you go to like any place that has, yeah, you get it, with other lobsters for 3 weeks. And Gill observed that he totally mellowed out. Roscoe never once wielded his claws as weapons toward his tank mates following the hot box session. Yeah, exactly. I see your face. Gill hopes to have a process in place to sedate all of lobsters before cooking them by next season. The inspiration for this groovy experiment came from Switzerland, which banned the practice of boiling lobsters alive earlier this year. The Swiss government suggested...
We covered that story, by the way.
Yes, we did. The Swiss government suggested stunning methods such as electrocution or stab between the eyes prior to cooking the shellfish. How?
You
Wait, see,
can't
stop.
cook
How
a
is one
fucking
more
dead
humane than the other?
lobster.
Exactly. Gill doesn't like the sound of that. Quote, "These are both horrible options. If we're going to take a life, we have a responsibility to do it as humanely as possible." Let's see if I got this right. You own a lobster restaurant.
No, a lobster ranch.
Let me go back. Hold on. Charlotte's legendary lobster pound restaurant.
Lobster pound.
restaurant,
So see how she added that word, lobster pound restaurant. So
in Southwest Harbor,
so
Maine.
she's letting people know that this is a place that are, you know, the animals.
I want to go to
being
I want to
taken
go to
care of.
Steven right now. Again, Steven, you're welcome to come sit in between Loki and I and do
Look,
an episode.
It's simple,
Steven
dude.
says, "I'm pretty sure as high as a kite, I would still know I'm being boiled alive."
Oh God,
exactly.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, you would.
When does it stop? When does this wussification bullshit stop? What are we gonna do next? Inject air into the lungs of the cow and let them fall down with a stroke, and then we cut our steaks?
I think they got it pretty damn good. You put a fucking slug right between their eyes, and it's over.
Done. It's like instantaneous. They don't even know it's coming. The lobsters don't know it's coming. Yes, I've boiled a lobster alive because that's how you do it. And they go, "Ah!" and then they're done. Done.
If you put a lid, you don't even hear it.
All right.
I always hear it.
We covered the Switzerland story, I believe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Now, where they require you bash their heads in before you boil them.
Oh,
Yeah.
which is even more humane.
But no, here's the thing. Let's forget the humane part. Let's talk safety wise. There's a reason why you do it alive because
You can't cook dead fucking.
because toxins get released into them.
exactly.
Yes.
So and people are gonna get sick, and this stone thing, I don't even know what the fuck to say. Like,
Millennial bullshit, snowflakery, schnabitz
Hey,
gimmick,
I
whatever.
can say it works. My fucking dog, every time I go to fucking Puff, there's my fucking puppy sitting right there, and she gets pissed if I don't fucking give her a little poof.
I actually
but you're
tried.
not about to eat your dog.
No, but I'm not. But at the same time, I see what they're saying. It definitely, I could see it mellowing out.
I'm not
an
a
animal.
puffer, but I tried to feed Murray beer the other night, and he wasn't having it.
I don't
They
buy
actually have
this at
dog
all.
beer.
The cat.
I don't buy
The
this
dog's
at all.
dead.
No,
You
I know,
know
but
this.
they got dog beer.
I know they do, and that's next month.
I here's the thing. I don't buy this at
I
all.
saw a
I
story
think,
about
I think
that
Zach
today.
made it. To be honest with you,
I think Zach did make it.
Crustaceans don't breathe the same way
no,
we do.
no, exactly.
So you don't know what the THC is. It could be torturing them.
no, exactly.
Like,
that's exactly
it could be
You know why he was?
cyanide to them.
You know why he was mellowed out? Because you suffocated him for fucking 3
Yeah,
hours.
Right?
You know what I think was happening? You know what I think was happening?
Go ahead.
The fucker boiling him was sedated and was like, dude, he was chill. Or I was. Like,
All right.
but all right, listen, guys, all right.
Okay.
We're civilized as a species, correct? For the most part.
We're the top of the fucking food
God,
chain.
we would like to think so, but I have to say, in the last decade,
But
No,
but
yeah.
you're right.
let's be political for a
no. Yeah,
second.
yeah, we can
But-
be.
Oh, do we have to?
We
I
could be
know,
politically
I know.
correct, sure.
But
Make me go
at the
upstairs.
same time, would you argue we're not? Would you
Yeah,
argue
what
that we're not animals?
That was our. That's our.
We're animals.
We're
We
animals.
are.
Yes, we are.
Every
The only-
species is an animal.
And now there's arguments can be made about the perfect diet and stuff, but I generally believe we're omnivores.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I generally believe we live on proteins and greens.
Yes.
meat.
You know? Yeah, meat
Eating-
and greens.
we has
Not
we
eating-
has the meats.
Look, I said it on this show months ago. Not eating meat is a choice. Eating meat is an instinct that we are all born with.
Fuck yeah.
Here's the thing.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
It's
even
wheat
if you
and carbs
don't
that
eat-
make me feel like shit. What am I
Even
supposed
if
to say
you
about
aren't
that?
a fucking a meat eater, even if you're a vegetarian, I call bullshit. If there's a fucking fat, juicy steak and it just comes out and the garlic and it's all just right there.
Especially the
and
way this guy
juices
grills.
and you smell it and you're just like,
And here's the
dude,
thing,
no.
and I've said this before. Like,
What is it? Pavlov dog theory, right? There you go.
Ring the bell.
yeah,
Blah,
that's
blah,
that's
blah, blah.
fucking that's humans when they see the steak.
Basically, yes.
I've said this like I think a couple seasons back, and where it sucks that we're disconnected from our food because it used to be like you hunt it, you ate it, whatever. It sucks that we're disconnected from that. We don't take the responsibility for the slaughter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It sucks. I hate factory farming. I really do. But
It's a
it,
necessary
it
evil.
doesn't change the fact that I think we need to.
Emergency flood warning in my area right
Yeah.
now until 11:15.
Me
I
too.
got one too. Wow. man.
But no, I do think we are meant to.
You
eat
guys
fat,
across the country and across the
fats
world are
and
learning
greens.
shit about this area that you
fat,
would have
protein,
known
greens.
if we didn't get these emergency gimmicks.
No, here's the thing: getting animals stoned, this, that, and the other. Dude, it sucks. There isn't a
What's the
pride of
fucking
lions.
difference?
There isn't a pride of lions sitting there going, "Should we get that gazelle stoned before we fucking jump him and bite his motherfucking throat
Dude,
out?"
if
Don't-
I'm in a deer stand and I don't eat venison, I always, whenever I hunted, I would give the meat away. all I wanted was that 12-point rack. Never got
Well,
one.
see, you're a motherfucker.
No, because I know people that will take that meat that I've harvested and use it for the greater good.
If someone's gonna use it, absolutely.
Exactly.
No issue
So when
with
I'm
that.
sitting in that deer stand with my rifle, seeing my breath, freezing my dick off and I'm like, oh, that's a good one. That she's got a lot of meat on the bone,
Now-
or he's got a lot of meat on the bone, but I'm not going to eat it. I don't care about the rack. Boom! I shoot the deer. I harvest the deer. I do all the due diligence, and then I take the meat down to my friend Jeff, who him and his family dig venison like nobody's business. I don't ask for $1. I'm like, I went hunting because I dig the sport. Here's the meat. Feed
long as somebody ate
your
it.
fucking family.
Eh.
And he's so appreciative. Not that he needs it. He's fucking fuck you, Rich.
Well, I mean,
but
I would.
he's the guy I know.
I would love to be what you're saying we should be, being able to hunt and do all that shit. But we
It's
really,
hard. You couldn't.
we can't. We
Look,
can't right
Largely,
now.
you couldn't.
You can look out this window. If you were here at 6 o'clock in the morning, here in the Valhalla Underground, look out that window right there. Every morning there are 7 to 10 deer in that bluff right
I've
there.
seen them.
Yes,
There's
you
fucking
have.
deers all over the
In the
place, man, 'cause
morning.
they're fucking overpopulated.
In the morning when I leave to go
Fucking
to
too many
work.
of them.
Not
And
for
I'm-
long.
Exactly.
Coyotes coming back, bro.
Yep.
Well, that's what
Obviously.
we've ascertained. That's what got Abby. If that and not an owl, we don't know. But I look out the window and I'm like, I'm shaking, pissing myself. I gotta wipe off. I'm like, oh God, what I could do with I could feed 3 families with that meat. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking, oh, I could shoot all those and put their heads on my wall and whatever. I'm thinking of who could I feed with this meat.
Yeah.
That's the real hunter's
and-
guideline.
And here's the thing: our illustrious namesake of our award that we haven't handed out in a while,
Mm-hmm.
Ted Nugent, for all his faults, I agree with him 100% about hunting.
Mhm.
Yes.
And he hunts with a bow.
Yes.
Because he doesn't believe in hunting with a gun.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't think it's skillful.
He thinks it's
which
more
he's
humane
yeah.
and
He thinks it's
skillful.
more humane, and he thinks it's more. I think he's closer to a predator.
It takes
is the
more.
problem.
Yeah,
Like,
it takes more
It takes
skill.
a lot of skill.
He was interviewed and said his Thanksgiving dinner means much more because he took the responsibility of going out there, getting the turkey, bringing
Amen.
it back, taking the responsibility of doing all the
cleaning
things.
it, defeathering it, the whole
Right.
gimmick.
He owns the hunt. He essentially owns the killing.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is we've become disconnected to that because it's not survival anymore. It's convenience.
We've
Let's
gotten
keep it
off
real.
topic.
I mean,
No, we haven't. It's
No,
the
no,
millennial generational
yeah,
thing.
we're
It
right.
really
We're
is.
essentially right there.
This is why we do this.
Does anybody know who's next?
Ed is.
I am, man.
All right.
So well, yeah, we'll move on. We'll move
I
on,
will
but
say this real quick about Ted Nugent though. As crazy as he is, and as fucked up as he's
His
done,
music's not that good.
his music is
Like
is
6
not, no,
songs
no,
are
it's-
good
it's
and
not-
the
it's
rest
not-
are garbage.
But
I
my,
don't even
no,
think
I'm not. It has nothing to do with his music. What I'm
For
trying
me,
to
it
say
does.
is, he's never really been major like in trouble.
Never.
Like think about that.
No.
There's nobody going up and saying, "Hey, Ted Nugent fucking sexually harassed me 36
well, he does enough
years
of
ago."
cutting his own throat. So
Well, then again, he did
If
marry.
he does it stupidly, come on, he just says stupid things.
He did adopt a 17-year-old so he could fuck her on the road.
if
but-
you recall, it's funny
Bringing
it back. to what we
hello,
said before.
Drake's been fucking a 17-year-old for how long? Like 6 months, and then
Dude.
all of a sudden they're dating
Well,
their
he sh-
thing.
he
As soon as she
shit himself to
turns
avoid the
18,
draft.
I
stop.
got you. I got you.
But
You know?
remember the reason it's the Ted Nugent Award is because he
He
posted
says
a bunch
stupid
of
shit.
anti-Semitic shit.
Right, exactly.
you
He's
know?
he's
and
stupid.
That Native Americans should go back to
But then again, he wrote a song about a gentleman called Fred Bear, who was a Native American hunter guy. I get it. He's all over the charts.
Hey, like I
He's a-
said, there's
yeah.
some of our heroes turn into absolute fucking
He's the
idiots.
Bill
Kanye
fucking
West.
Cosby.
He's the Kanye West of rock and roll, if you think about it.
Alyssa fucking Milano. I wanted to fuck
oh
her.
my god!
Fuck her.
Don't follow her on Twitter because I swear
I
to
do.
God, oh, she's horrible.
I have
Who's
to, man.
next?
She
It's
makes
part-
she
it's part
is-
of my work.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Hey, going back to the getting the lobster stone, Jimmy.
It's like I watch Old Sam and my dick is like this.
Right?
And it's like I listen to her now
Yeah.
and like Charmed, my dick is like fucking clean.
Now it's like spaghetti.
and it's like and then I go on Twitter and I just listen to her and it's like fucking
What about Double Dragon?
Whatever. Jim Roca, thank you for that lobster story, and full credit to you, brother.
What do you got, Ed?
Who's next? Yeah, Ed. Go ahead.
Well,
I think this is gonna be our
you know
last
about
round,
the-
right?
Really? I'm gonna have some quick hits, just like off the
Yeah,
cuff,
that's
because
fine.
I
We
got
got-
2 really great stories.
We got time. We got time.
Okay. Ed
So
says we have
that
time.
Dallas police officer went to the wrong apartment and
Mhm.
shot the gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
There was a big to do about, oh my god, because they did a warrant to search the house because it's a crime scene. It's a murder scene. And the funny thing is, they didn't need to really do this, but they did the right thing. They got a warrant, searched the apartment, and they listed a bunch of things they found. One of them was weed.
Oh no.
And well, it's funny you say that. You and I wouldn't react that way. Like, oh no, okay, so he smoked weed. I don't give a fuck, because I don't.
Good. You know what?
So-
That means he was stoned when he got fucking shot, so it was humane, right?
Oh, good call.
But
Lobster,
the outrage,
black guy in his own apartment. I get it, dude. Put another brick on the wall.
the outrage,
Not for me.
the
It's-
outrage about that warrant, and I called out some of my friends on it as horseshit, because the outrage seemed to be coming, not from like right wingers like, well, see, he had pot. It came from a bunch of left wingers that were just outraged that there was pot in his apartment. Like, oh my god, why they posted they had pot? They're trying to destroy this man's character. They just went off on a fucking tangent.
Who gives
and-
a shit?
Well, that's what I said. I was like, you do realize the only one making a big deal that there was weed in his apartment was you.
Right.
Right.
And I'm like, it's like,
It
well,
was his fucking apartment.
and they were like, well, and they didn't even say it was his. I think it's turned out that it was his, but they didn't initially even say it was his because they also listed her belongings in the apartment. They listed everything on the warrant, and they have to do that because of the Freedom of Information Act.
How would they know it's his? Or do they test him, or do they ask him?
I don't know.
They fucking wake him up for 5 minutes. Hey, dude, was that your weed? Yes. Okay, you can be dead again.
Well, the funny thing is, it doesn't even really matter at that point. Well, it kind of matters if she was stoned.
If she was stoned,
If she was stoned
yes.
and shot him, that
Yes.
and we'll agree, even though we're all pro legalization,
Although
that's a problem.
I'll be like, there is no way she was smoking fucking real weed. That must
Right.
have been that
Probably.
K2 fucking bullshit, because the
Well,
last thing you want to do to anybody is shoot somebody with fucking weed. I don't give a fuck who you
Right.
are.
theory was, and this hasn't come out, so folks, this is not fake news. I'm not saying fake news.
It's fake news.
I know. My theory was
China.
that she was either drunk or she was on prescription pills.
Oh.
That she may have possibly stolen from evidence, and that's why the investigation got turned over to the Texas Rangers. Because at that point, not even IA can investigate that.
Right,
Too
exactly.
much of a conflict of interest.
Plus, then they say that she just did like a
double,
a
or
double
whatever,
or some
yeah.
bullshit like that. So, she's probably fucking
I've been
popping
tired as
some.
fuck, and I know where my house is. I don't.
No,
I don't
that's
totally
I'm not
buy
even
that,
I'm not
so-
even putting that. What I'm saying is the reason why she was fucking yay on fucking some happy horse fucking pills there is because
Maybe.
she was probably tired and
I
she
mean,
needed a little
we
pick
haven't
me
even
up.
we haven't even heard about that. They did toxicology. We haven't even heard about that.
Of
from
course
her,
you won't.
her or the guy that was shot. We haven't
Right.
heard that. But that's what I observed. That the only people that were outraged about the pot being found in his house were either his family, his lawyer, people on the left who.
And it's in
typically,
Texas, right? And Texas
Florida.
is
It's
Florida.
Florida.
It is Florida.
It is Florida.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Holy shit.
And I even.
But Florida is medical, not.
It's not
No.
recreational.
No, it's not nothing yet.
No.
It's not nothing yet. So
No.
yeah, technically.
But I think here's the thing. I think even in
technically-
Florida, I think he's guilty of a ticket.
Yeah, it's a misdemeanor.
I think.
It's a misdemeanor. No, absolutely.
I think. But here's the thing: like everyone made a big deal about it. Like, oh, this is a character assassination. I'm like, why is pot a character assassination?
No, it's not, dude. No.
So
If you fucking roll up in there and you see a meth fucking, a little meth clinic, that's character fucking. There you
could
go.
say something.
Yeah.
But and I made this point to somebody because I called him out. I'm like, dude, I was like, first of all, I understand you're a race baiter, but I was like, you're the only one making a big deal about the pot. No, the conservatives and the right wing, and you're the only one making a big deal about the pot. The police haven't made a big deal about the pot.
No.
Fox News didn't make a big deal about the pot. No conservative politician made a big deal about the pot.
Because when they first brought this story up, the pot was brought up then.
Yeah.
And nobody
Because
batted an eye.
That's what the
Nobody
warrant-
gave a
yeah.
fuck about the
No,
pot then.
I don't think the public at large cared.
No, they didn't give a shit.
Until the other
Outrage
side.
mob.
Exactly.
The outrage mob.
Cop goes into wrong apartment, shoots a guy in his own apartment. Later on, they go in, they investigate. He's got pot in his apartment. All of a sudden, it's a big thing.
Well, like Ed was saying,
But who was mad about
Right,
it? Really?
right.
Fox News.
No,
no,
not even. They just. Here's the thing. and this is I called a friend out on me for this. I'm like, okay, you're upset because they said he had pot in his apartment. I'm like, under the Freedom of Information Act, they have to disclose it. It is a public warrant.
Correct.
Now, I was like, if they did a warrant and didn't disclose anything, you'd be pissed at the cops. And he was like, "Whoa,
No,
why do they have to mention the pot? They didn't even say it was his.
No, exactly.
They don't know it was his. They're just saying what was there.
Exactly. They made a transcript of everything that was in the apartment.
Right. Now,
guess what? Weed was in there. Oh my God. So is underwear.
Again.
And so is dishes.
Exactly. But I said, like, I was like, you and people on your side of the political aisle are the only ones making a big deal that there was pot in the apartment. I'm telling you that right now. It is not going to make a goddamn bit of difference in this case.
No.
I was like, dude, nope. From a legal standpoint, if she walked in and he happened to be blowing coke off a hooker's ass, it doesn't matter.
No.
It is not grounds to shoot him.
No.
It doesn't matter. You're the only one making a big deal about it. Oh, well, he's black and they're trying to assassinate his character. No, they're not. They're saying what they found.
I don't think anybody assassinated his character.
I mean, a large portion of the population smokes pot. It is a reality. Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah. Like I said, you legalize it and all of a sudden you're making all this money. Where do you think it's coming from?
Right.
I say, because I don't smoke, and I tell people, I'm in the minority.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
I really am. And I'm fine with that. I don't think it should be illegal either.
I smoke pot once a year. And it's usually with this character right here.
The last couple times I can tell you right now has been with this motherfucker.
Yes, same.
But anyway.
All around, just fucking fist bumps.
Man, yeah.
Bad influence. I'm usually drunk by the time I do it, so it makes me feel like shit.
Next year,
anyway,
spam car.
Moving on into the story, because I want to read the police statement after this.
Yes.
The police officer has now been fired.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, she has. Oh, that's right. MSN reported that.
She's now been fired. The manslaughter investigation is still going on. There was protests and outrage, like she should have been fired, from right away. Like what? You know how it is, the outrage mob. So, the police chief had put out a statement, basically saying this is almost a buy it or sell it. So the police chief put out a statement, basically saying the reason why she was not fired right away is because as a police officer, I can call her in for questioning whenever I want.
Mm-hmm.
She has to make a statement because she's a cop. If
Yes.
I fire her, I now have to subpoena her, or she gets a lawyer, or she doesn't have to say anything. So it's basically buy it or sell it. Do you know it's fucked up, etc., etc. Are they telling the truth, or are they just appeasing the mob? Or
at this point, I think they're appeasing the mob. I really do.
Now, let's make this clear. The Texas Rangers are investigating the manslaughter, not her police department.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep that clear. So this is their police department's decision to fire her. The Texas Rangers are the ones doing the investigation, so they're separate. So they have to be kept separate.
Of course.
But while she's a police officer, she had to make statements every time they asked for one.
Of course.
So
I grew up in a police family. I know how this works.
Yeah. So basically, she has less rights as an employee than if she was just a suspect. And she's a suspect.
Oh, yeah.
The earth is round. The earth is round.
She's the main suspect.
Yeah, well, duh. It was her service revolver that shot the guy in his apartment while he sat watching fucking
and can you believe it's
an episode of the Goldbergs.
Hit the button.
Go ahead.
I can't believe I'm defending the cops.
I'm actually surprised he's defending the cops here, too.
Because you know what? I'm going to say right now, I agree with what he's saying.
No,
it makes sense.
He's right in that aspect. And then the fact that he fired her afterwards says that he must have heard something.
There's
in his questioning.
He says they got sufficient information.
There's something in the investigation that doesn't smell right, and they did what they did.
I personally believe, and this is just my opinion, that it's going to come out that she was high, and I think on prescription pills.
Well, when this first story
Ambien is something that would make you go to the wrong door.
When this story first came up, I said, "How do you not go to your own door in a right mind and not be drunk, high, or otherwise?"
Yes.
And the fact that she walked through a door, which is a key fob, whatever gimmick schnibbits for them. If your door's unlocked, it just click and you're in.
The door is
it just
open.
right.
And then
just,
you walk in, and Mike said it best. There's a certain smell, there's a certain ambiance, there's a certain everything to the home that you live in. or homes that
Oh,
you
know it's not yours.
about.
You know it's not yours as soon as
Sh-
you walk in.
She had to be off her
Yeah,
straight
drugged up,
straight
just like
mind.
Ed's saying, drugged up.
Exactly.
Something was not going right. All right, guys. So
You got one more?
I
got a
do.
couple more,
I
but
do.
we can
This is
quick
a little,
hit.
This is a little quickie. and
Okay,
it's,
go ahead. Quick hits.
Death does come for us all, man.
Does it really?
Even a badass.
Oh dear.
Al Matthews, a.k.a. Sergeant Apone from the Aliens movie, passed away at 75.
Oh. Tip of the hat.
No, really.
Yep.
I did not know
Wow.
that.
Yep. Read about it this morning. One of my favorite sergeant ever. If you are any fan of the Halo universe, you know Sergeant Johnson was straight up a carbon copy of Sergeant Apon. He just that one scene where he gets them all riled up and a couple of badasses around here. He epitomized everything that was cool about being a fucking drill sergeant, and that movie was one of my favorites growing up. I don't know about you. Aliens was always
Aliens was good.
always one of my favorites. Game over, man. So I mean that means
It's the perfect sequel to a movie.
right, exactly.
It really is.
Exactly. And like I said, 75 is a decent life.
Good life.
But yeah, he's gonna be missed. I don't remember anything else that he really was involved in besides Aliens, but he fucking drilled that fucking role. I mean, anything. Even if you think about Starship Troopers, Michael Ironside's fucking whole image was based around that whole Sergeant Apone thing. That
It says he also reprised the role in the Aliens Colonial Marines video game.
Yes.
So he did come.
yes,
And we
yes.
should point out that just like Ermi,
Arlie Ermy, yeah.
he
Mhm.
is an he's an
Yes.
ex-military. He was a
Yes.
Vietnam veteran.
Yes.
Cast for that,
So, yeah.
probably cast for that particular reason.
Yeah, and well, James Cameron has a thing for the military,
Yeah.
and specifically Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
because he actually when he
Toughest of the tough.
if you watch any like Aliens behind the scenes stuff when he was writing Aliens, his whole concept was that of a Vietnam veteran come home when he thought of Ripley.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons it was so well, as he put that into her, as like somebody that went through hell and came home to
And
a
everything
country
that's changed.
that
yeah.
is totally different and kind of turned on her.
Yeah.
Because the whole corporation turns on her. Oh, you're lying.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
this, that. You
yeah.
killed everybody, blah, blah, blah. Go work in the loading dock.
Did
So-
IQs just suddenly drop when I
Yeah.
stepped out of the room?
Yes. Speaking of which, I saw The Predator.
You told me about that.
Yeah.
So
It's
say
alright.
if you like the second one, you like this
It's all
one.
right.
So
It's all right.
yeah, that's why I figured.
They have the alien tail spear from Alien vs. Predator. They actually have that on like some lab or
display.
some- yeah, it's in some lab. It's kind of like the Predator too,
Mm.
but no, yeah, Aliens is a classic movie, and
Yeah.
It always is, man.
and I tell people the Alien movies stop there.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
They pretty much stop there.
3 could have been so good. 3 could have been so
Yeah, if you didn't kill
fucking
off the main characters
good.
from Aliens
yeah,
and totally make all the heroism of Aliens like negate it.
yeah.
You just negate it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, you did all this great stuff. And
That's what I'm saying. They had like the alien was great. It was a really cool idea to bring back just the one alien and bring back that single terror. Like I like the vibe that they were going with.
maybe if you didn't use stop motion, though.
But yeah, exactly. How everything was done, and normally I forget what his name is. D.
David Fincher?
No.
Oh.
The one that did Rock there. Or not Rock.
Oh, Michael Biehn?
No. The guy with the
The actor?
glasses. Dutton. Charles
Oh,
Dutton.
Charles Dutton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Normally,
Charles
I
S. Dutton. Rock.
Yeah, Rock. Thank you. Yeah, I said it. That's what I thought. I absolutely usually love him in roles. I hated him in that movie. I absolutely fucking hated him in Aliens.
I hated him in Surviving the Game. He was just a prick.
Oh yeah. But that, I mean, is that
All right.
him? He was just being a prick, or he was good acting in it?
Good acting.
Yeah, exactly.
Good
See, he wasn't a good actor in
Because I've seen him in
Alien 3.
so many other things that he's so awesome. Who's
Yeah.
next?
You are.
I am? All right. Listen, feminazis suck. let's get it out of the way. Earlier this week, I posted a meme on my personal Facebook page of Wilma Flintstone. And it said, Brett Kavanaugh touched my ass in 600 BC and a particular feminazi lost her shit. And basically spun everything to fit her narrative. What I'm going to say right now is going to be very telling to those of you who may or may not be feminazis. Here it comes. If you're a feminist, I agree with you. Equal rights, equal pay, equal this, equal that. What I go back to is, if you can't open a pickle jar, don't fucking ask a man, because you're a woman. I don't need no man. I don't need this. I don't need that. Equality is equal responsibility equals equal rights. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Equal responsibility equals equal rights. If your tire blows out, get out, jack up the car, fix the fucking tire yourself. Don't look for a man to do it for you. Equal responsibility, equal rights. Now, what I endured during this feminazi bullshit was I was called, and Ed will back this up in no uncertain terms, a rapist, a xenophobe, a chauvinist, a misogynist, and untold bullshit by someone who wanted to put their thing forward because Christine Blasey Ford, who is the one who is accusing Brett Kavanaugh, the soon-to-be, hopefully, Supreme Court Justice of the United States of America, she comes out 37 fucking years later, he touched me back in whenever. Why? We had Mandy Malone on last week. She said what she had to say that moment. Nobody believed her. She kept up her fight. If you're waiting 37 years, you have an agenda. Why didn't you take it to the cops? Why did you take it to politicians? Why did you decide to wait? Where were you when he was circuit judge in his town? Where were you when he was moving up the ladder and crawling and scratching?
Seems that's
and
when you
doing
would want to actually take him out, is when he's on his way up.
Of course. But she waited. She picked her spot. Not that the Bill Cosby accusers, and we haven't touched on it yet. Earlier today, we found out just before we went hot, Bill Cosby has been
7 years.
3 to 10 with 7 years and all the other schnabbits.
Yeah.
Look,
he'll be lucky if he actually serves.
When the story first broke, it was here on the Loki and Jabroni show way back in the early days where I said, look, that's a childhood hero of mine. I want to wait and give him his due process. Now that he's been sentenced, I said it when he got sentenced and when he got the gavel, and you, sir, may fuck off. Thank you, Jimmy Wisman. I said, fuck Bill Cosby. I can't sit back and look at this guy as America's dad anymore. He was a hero of mine. I loved Bill Cosby, but I said it right here, and people want to come to me and say, show me where you said things about the Catholic priest. This guy sitting to my right will tell you on this show and on Facebook, I've said, you know what, Catholic priests who diddle young kids should be fucking hung in front of their family while they watch in horror as he dies. I've said that. But for the feminazis, that's not enough. Show me proof. No, you're accusing me. You show the proof. And
talk about this shit all the time.
Exactly. And on the case of Christine Blasey Ford, who is accusing Brett Kavanaugh now, days before he is put into the position as Supreme Court Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States of America, now she comes out?
Yeah, 'cause
thank
nobody
you,
liked
fuck you,
him.
bye. No, she doesn't like him. 30 people in his life.
Well, there's a lot of people that stood up and went. That's what I'm saying. All those arrests, that's just not people that are just buying into her story.
As Ed
That's
comes
people
back,
that
comes back, there were several people who, as this feminazi was skewering me, came up and said, Chris is not this, Chris is not this, Chris is not this, and the feminazi went out and said, no, fuck that. He's this, he's this, he's this, because he won't answer my questions. And I said, hey, you have an open forum right here on the Loki and Jabroni show. You have my phone number. Come on, let's do this verbally so you can't spin the narrative and make this your fight. Bring your fight to me. Refused. And when I finally...
Kind of like Ford doesn't want to testify.
Oh, no, Ford does want to testify, but with a caveat. And here it comes. This is from the Washington Post. Probably one of the few newspapers in the country that I trust. He goes first. She goes second. He cannot rebut anything. It's just 1, 2, done, which is not due process.
That's not process.
Exactly. So, feminazi, if you're out there, if you have the vaginal fortitude to actually watch this show, if I didn't block you on Facebook, and if any of you know her, and I'll share her name privately if you want to share this with her, I'd be glad. You tell her what point in the show we're at. You tell her to listen to this. If you have any vaginal fortitude at all, you come on this show and you debate, because there are 3 guys right here that will tell you you're full of shit. You give Brett Kavanaugh his due process. And I say you also give Christine Blasey Ford her due process. But if you're going to come out and say because of an accusation somebody's guilty, you're the fucking problem. You're the reason America is falling down the fucking cliff at a rapid rate and nobody can save it. Eat shit, I'm done. Dead air kills, guys. Let's move. Who's next?
Sorry, I was trying to figure out the streaming problem. Sorry if
I thought I heard that before. That's all.
sorry to you folks at home who have lost the live stream for some reason.
It's all good.
But no, yeah, it's
I'll share it when you fix this up in post. Nothing was in that, thank God.
basically what I saw from this individual is okay. Fine, you're gonna disagree.
The person that was
But-
arguing with me.
yeah.
Thank
you're
you.
gonna disagree. You're gonna disagree. But if
Cunt.
you're going to disagree by accusing someone else of being a rapist,
What was the quote?
that's part
Tell
of the
me
fucking
what
problem.
bar. Tell me what bar you're gonna be at, so you don't roofie my drink. I'm like, oh, all of a sudden I'm
Yeah.
a rapist.
Yeah.
Then I'm a xenophobe. Then I'm a chauvinist. Then I'm a misogynist. Like I expect my woman to be in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant. Eat a bag of shit.
I don't know where the xenophobe shit came from.
Because she
That was
said
weird.
something about England, and they had recently pushed forward some legislation, but you'll probably Chris make fun of them because their teeth are yellow or missing or whatever. That's where the xenophobic thing came in.
Well, the UN passed that.
That's not really a
name law, which is
xenophobe. That's
bullshit.
more.
It is xenophobic. You're a fear of anything foreign.
No, xenophobic.
you
is your
hate.
fear of people coming here.
Yeah.
is what it is.
I don't have any fear of people coming
So-
here legally, and we've talked about it.
Yeah. So what you're doing is
Suddenly, I'm an asshole.
you're
Or an actual real alien.
you're a
but
dental,
we don't have any
you're
real
a dental
aliens,
phobe
so.
is what you are if you hate English people.
I am a dental phobe. I'll be honest.
Yeah. But
I fear people with like summer teeth, some are green,
No.
some are yellow, some are missing. I am.
Some
I,
ain't there.
I had a couple.
I'm a summer phobe.
I had a couple interactions with this person that I was just like, I'm not even interested anymore, because I was just like, all I said
That's
was,
it, man.
listen, I don't. It's like I don't believe this person because it's not on Kavanaugh to prove he's not guilty.
No, it's
No.
on Blasey Ford
Right.
to prove otherwise.
Exactly. And I
Not
was
in
like,
her mind.
I'm like, what I was like, what I want is a standard for evidence. Okay. I think here's the thing. I think there should be a sit down where people like, listen, all right, sexual assault's a problem. We all agree it's bad. We don't want it to happen. We need to sit down and we need to have a standard for evidence. One of the reasons we have statute of limitations is so that people don't not report it.
Here was something I put on a friend of the show, Drew DeCarlos. I think you were part of this conversation. 911, what is your emergency? Yeah, I'd like to report a robbery. Okay, give me the address. 1234 Schnabitz Boulevard. Okay, and approximately when did this robbery take place? About 30 years ago. Seek professional help, sir. Click. That's my stance. If you wait 30 years, 30, think
More
about
than
that
30,
number.
37.
I'm 46.
37.
If something
Almost 40 years.
exactly, why? 10 years would have been fine. 15 years would have been fine. You're waiting 37 fucking years? No, this is a cash grab.
I don't think it's a
Yeah,
cash
I-
grab.
Thank you.
I don't know.
I
how
think
he's-
it's
how
I
she's
think it's
getting
totally
cash.
politics. I think it's total politics and power.
She went to
all about
politicians
power. Yeah, it's
rather
all about
than
power.
law
It's control.
enforcement.
It's control and power. Straight
Have you
and simple.
have you heard the latest thing? Like
Go ahead.
who the latest advisor is to her legal team? The same advisor that was on the Anita Hill thing.
Oh yeah, doesn't surprise me.
The same one. And her lawyer,
How did that work out?
same situation. Not enough evidence.
What was the finish on that?
He's still a Supreme Court justice.
Amen.
But here's the thing, like
If you're going to call a
her
bluff,
lawyer,
expect your bluff to be called.
her lawyer
Natalie,
prior to all of this, was
I ain't got
actually
no shame.
her lawyer prior to all this was actually involved in a Trump protest. There's video footage of her being a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this person, whoever the fuck she was, would not accept the political angle on it. Like, so there's no political angle. And then someone else chimed in. I can't remember who it was, where she responded, where she's like, "Well, that's why you need to vote so we can change these laws." I'm just like, and I was like, "Change them to what?"
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
You remember the
I
thing.
do. I do.
I was like, change them to what?
I'd have to go back, and I'm not gonna. Excuse me, do that during the show.
No. But I thought about that. It's like, oh, get in vote and change them. Like, so, all right, change them so that there's no standard of evidence for rape and sexual assault.
I remember that comment.
Like, what is voting going to change?
Apparently, they need to have the answers.
You know,
So-
look, we talked about it. Ed and I did a live feed when the presidential election was going on. It was myself, Ed, the Eternal Flame and the Goddess of Love, Rachel, who I'm surprised hasn't chimed in on any of this stuff, but let's leave that alone. It was
She's
like
been pretty quiet on the Kavanaugh stuff.
it was a four-headed monster as we're watching the election results come in, and we all at I think it was like 12:30 we decided, well, we've seen it, we've done it. We surmise that Hillary's the president, whatever. We all woke up the next morning to the morning news.
States that we didn't think Trump would win, he won.
Exactly.
In the
We
0
we
hour.
all woke up
Yeah.
the next morning and saw that Donald J. Trump was elected the 45th president of the United
protest
States.
started the next day.
Now, I've said it on this show. There is documented proof because there is someone out there who will refuse to look me in the eye and say, Chris, you were right. I'm sorry. The day after Trump was elected, the women group, whatever they are, applied for their right to protest that woman march back in 2017, early January, where they all wore vagina hats
Mhm.
and they're screaming for rights they already have. Look, women and men, we get it. We get it. At this show, Chris, Mike, Ed, we get it. We understand it. But you marched for something you already have. But they went out 400,000 strong, wearing vagina hats and carrying signs and screaming, bespectacled, don't assume my gender, bitch, screaming at the inauguration, Schneebitzfernum. Stop. Stop. Understand what's in front of you. It fucking kills me. I know Ed's got a point to make, but I saw your eyes. I've been reading your eyes for almost 3 years. I saw a point.
All I'm thinking is the horror that goes on in their minds is nothing to what compared to what's actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really not that terrible,
Right?
Here's the thing too, and like I said, the whole Trump administration is one of those. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna do this. All I try to talk about is the this. Like with Kavanaugh, I don't like him. I'm showing you the this.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, and he'll most likely be the next Supreme Court justice. But
Unless the feminazis have anything to do with it.
it won't matter.
No,
it
it's-
won't matter. There's no proof. Here's the thing: there is no proof, and here's the thing: the Democrats know this. This has nothing to do with actually convicting the man of anything. This has to do with delay. It is just a delay. They want to delay it till November, where the midterms are, where they may or may not retake the Senate.
Right.
You know, if they retake the Senate, they can block a Supreme Court nominee for another 2 years. You know, here's the thing: they'll do what the Republicans did to Obama, except they'll extend it 2 years. That's all they'll do.
Hey, dumb question while I got you here. Because the stream has stopped, can you share full video Jones on the Facebook page later?
Well, I upload a final copy like every night. So.
With all of us and
Yeah,
our
because I record the
Oh, yeah.
video and I stream it. So.
Okay. Good call, because
That's
there's
usually how I rewatch it.
And that's how I.
Oh, good
That's how I
call.
get the audio too. So
Okay. So
I'm
guys,
a producer, bro. Just relax.
if you're worried about the stream, and I know this is one of those shows that a lot of people were clamoring to be a part of, please understand, if you're not audio
Hey,
only,
it's easy. Want to be a part of it, man? Patreon away.
patreon.com.
Dude, $5 a fucking month it'll go more than you fucking even know. I mean, obviously we would like more than that, but you want us
Or
to,
buy
you know,
stuff.
You
There's a
want
lot
us
of
to
great
right?
stuff.
Exactly.
Buy
You
stuff.
want us to be fucking better live? Well, we need better equipment.
Exactly.
You need us to do this.
better
well,
Wi-Fi.
We need more money to come in. It's that simple. We want to give you a better show. The problem is we've exhausted our resources to the point now where this is pretty much what you get.
We're
unless-
paying to give you the
we
best.
start-
Mike
we
tried
start-
buying a new mic. It broke after
It
2
did.
months.
It was like 2.5 months, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I think it's just the
Yeah.
moisture.
All
and
right. Do we
everything.
have some
Just
quick
forget
hits
it.
before we get into top 10 and closing it out?
I'm pretty good, but
I had a quick hit. If Eddie doesn't, I should let Eddie go first
No, I'm good.
because I
Quick
took
hit.
the. All right.
I covered my stories.
If you're a prisoner in Texas, you are amongst the lucky. $18 million in cocaine shows up in boxes of bananas donated to a Texas prison. Right? Just recently, I started eating more bananas. I see why now that I have.
That's why we have no bananas today.
Right. This shipment of bananas donated to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice was ripe for contraband. Quote, sometimes life gives you lemons. Sometimes it gives you bananas. And sometimes it gives you something you'd never expect, posted the department on Facebook. This past Friday, 1 week ago Friday, which for us would be 4 days ago, department officers went to pick up 2 pallets of donated fruit and quickly discovered something was off about the weight of the boxes. Quote, one of the sergeants just noticed that one of the boxes didn't seem quite right. Jeremy Dessel, department spokesperson, told CNN and affiliate of Texas KTRK-TV. He looked a little further, removed that box off one of the pallets, took a look inside, and saw something extraordinarily suspicious. Within the boxes, officials discovered 540 packages of cocaine hidden amongst the bundles of bananas. Police list the value of the drugs at almost $18 million. Going into the prison. Think about that. Into the prison.
I say somebody obviously got the wrong shipment of bananas.
Maybe. The donation came from Port of America in Freeport, Texas, according to the department, though it's unclear who or when the cocaine entered the shipment. Quote, there are several federal entities that are investigating, and it's pretty significant find for them, said Dessel. The DEA and the U.S. Customs and Border Protection are continuing to investigate. Quote, our correctional officers and supervisory correctional officers are trained to notice things out of place that don't seem quite right, said Dessel. They are doing their jobs, not just on our units, but somewhere else, and they found something good today. This isn't this is the favorite part of this. This isn't the first time drug smugglers have tried to use fruit to hide contraband. See, you laugh, but here it comes. In 2017, almost 2 tons of marijuana was disguised as limes in a commercial shipment coming across the Texas-Mexico border. More than 34,000 of the fake fruit packages were discovered by an imaging inspection and narcotics canine team. The drugs then were valued at approximately $789,000 according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Look, I watch enough prison shows, I watch enough documentaries. Drugs are going to find their way into the prison. To think that a shipment coming in from what I'm reading here is a pretty reputable company, they're coming into the prison. Someone's got their fingers in the pie, kids. What do you think?
Or like I said, it was already, wrong shipment of bananas. That the one that was marked green was supposed to go that way, and the one that was marked red was supposed to go that way, and it got crossed.
Amen to that.
This is why you never use DHL to ship anything. They fucking suck.
They do.
They really do.
They are horrible.
Dude, I don't know what to say. What I want to know is how do you find this? So like, what were they unloading the bananas? This is like, gee, this is heavier.
One felt heavier.
This is heavier for a normal banana.
Man, I'm used to lugging cases of banana, and this is definitely off.
I got one more quick hit as soon as the story loads, and I because you're a parent, I'm a parent, you are a step parent, much as I am as well. Quick hit: teacher fired after refusing to give credit to students who didn't turn in their homework. You want to guess where this is from, Ed?
Connecticut.
Florida.
Fuck.
Port St. Lucie, Florida. Should students get half credit for an assignment they didn't turn in?
Nope.
What did you say?
Nope.
I agree. A former
It's like golfing with a handicap.
Agreed. A former
like
St.
bowling
Lucie
with a
counter
handicap.
teacher doesn't think so. That's why she wrote a goodbye message to her 8th graders on a whiteboard saying, quote, "Bye, kids. Mrs. Torado loves you and wishes you the best in life. I have been fired for refusing to give you 50% for not handing anything in. Love, Mrs. Torado." Diane Torado has been a teacher for years, but she started at Westgate K-8 school in Port St. Lucie in August as a teacher. When several students didn't turn in their assignments, Torado found out what she calls is a no-zero policy, which is reflected in the Westgate Student and Parent Handbook. Below the grading rubric, in red lettering, the handbook states, "No zeros. Lowest possible grade is 50%. Quote, "What if they don't turn anything in?" Torado said. "We give them a 50?" And I said, "Oh, no, we don't. That's not kosher." Torado was terminated on September 14th, but there's no specific cause mentioned in the letter from the principal because she was still in her probationary period, according to the letter.
Yeah.
On her last day,
Legit.
go ahead.
I mean, no, it's legit.
On
Shit.
her last day,
30 days.
She was informed she had to pack up her classroom. Torado wrote the message on her board and left. Several students responded in support. Said one student, quote, "You were right about not giving people 50s because why would you give half credit for something they didn't do?" End quote. Then Torado posted the shot of the whiteboard on Facebook. Now it's been shared more than 40,000 times. I'm so upset because we have a nation of kids that are expecting to get paid and live their life just for showing up, and it's not real. I'll end the story
and living
there.
in their mom's basements.
I'm going to end the story there. I just, real quick, around the table, was Diane Torado right, or is Diane Torado correct? Is Diane Torado being fired okay?
I think I've already said my answer. No, she was every right in her mind to give those kids zeros.
Absolutely. Ed?
Well, policy-wise, yeah, she's right to get fired. Philosophically, no.
Yeah.
Like, well, here's the thing: if you don't
If you don't do your job, do you get paid?
Yeah, that's funny. I make videos all the time, actually.
Well, that's different. You do your job.
No,
Well-
I'm talking about the second shift. They don't really work that hard. They still get a paycheck.
Somehow we lost our live feed. It's ended.
It's done. I
It's
shut
been
it off.
done.
Okay.
I'm just recording at this
Yeah,
point.
it's been
Okay.
done.
For whatever reason, I don't know why it just completely dropped. It's not YouTube, so here's my thing on this. So you make the argument like, well, I call out to get a sick day, but you have this policy now. What grade was this?
They didn't say what grade. She was in a K-8 school.
So
I think they said she was an 8th grade teacher.
let's say you apply this to high school, and you know how high school works. It's a kind of a credit system, and you get credits each semester. So with a policy like that, you could, and I hate using the word literally, you could literally just be A last senior year. Fuck you, give me my 50.
Yeah.
And you graduate with a diploma.
Yeah,
Let me get the grading scale back. I
Yeah,
really
not only that,
have
it
to
brings the
share
curve
this.
incredibly high at this fucking point.
Yeah. Well,
It's or
if-
low. I'm sorry, low.
If they're like the usual standard 50 should be failing, it's still failing. I get they're still failing by getting a 50, but at the same time, I don't. Here's the thing: I think you should earn your failing grade, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think you should feel upset that you fucking got a 50.
If you
That's
work
why
your
you get-
ass
that's
off
why you
and
get a
failed,
zero,
there's a difference.
And it makes you fucking feel even worse.
The grading scale is in this story, and I didn't go that far, and I apologize, but now I'm going to get the grading scale because it's in this story. The scale that the school outlines is as follows. An A is 100 to 90. A B is 89 to 80. A C is 79 to 70. A D is 69 to 60. And an F is 59 to
it's
50.
pretty much standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
A 0 is noted on the scale for work not attempted or work that is incomplete. But that's that's exactly what the school charter says. But this woman got fired for saying you didn't turn in your shit, 0. But she was then told, well, you have to give him at least a 50.
Hey, well,
Thank you, fuck you, bye.
better than
Done.
a fucking IC, right?
Again, like I
It
said,
ain't complete.
if you applied that to high school and seniors did it, come senior year, if you had all your credits, you kind of slacked off a little bit. Everybody did it, but
To not give
to
somebody a 0 for not even attempting to do the
Well,
work
the
and
zeros-
give them a 50?
the zeros at least guaranteed that you had to put in some work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you
Oh,
le-
0 is
you
no
least-
work. A
you
50
least-
would be some work.
Well, what I'm saying is, in the terms I'm describing, so if you could get a 0, there's a potential you could still fail and be held back or have to do summer school, blah, blah. So you had to at least get a D
Right.
because they were allowed to hand out zeros. The way they're doing it, it still guarantees them a graduation.
Yeah. No kid left behind. You can candy code it any way you want. You can call it no
hate
zeros,
that.
no kid left behind. It's all the
I hate that
same.
term. Yeah.
It's all the fucking same. It's all the same, dude.
And I don't know how many times I gotta say this. It's that fucking public school though.
Yep. No, it's just they don't want it. They don't want to keep a kid in the system any longer than they have to, and they'll just
Here's the thing: school shouldn't be a system. It should be enriching. It should be, like. Here's the thing: like all the neighborhood schools are gone. Like there used to be a school in every neighborhood, and there isn't anymore.
Yep.
They all consolidate them to what I call these.
Well, I mean,
these education factories is what they are.
I mean, it's Manny Malone bringing up, the other day or the last interview when we were talking about it. People, and the way that these, the schools and everything it's run now, it's everything expected, and it's completely different than what it used to be. It's not put together the same anymore. Everything is, you got kids that have no right being there, and then you have these kids that are just being pushed along, and they're confused. They have no idea. They can't even fucking read a book by the
They
time
don't know which fucking bathroom to use.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
They can't even fucking read a book by the time they're in 6th grade, dude. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's not. It's not demeaning to a child to be held back if you don't get it. It's demeaning to a child to throw him out at 18 years old and tell him to get a job when he can't fucking read a goddamn instruction manual, or he can't even read the goddamn application for the job.
Balance a
Right.
checkbook. Nobody and that was a problem. We went to school. Nobody really taught us that stuff.
No, exactly. And that
You
sucked. And that sucked.
It
We
did
barely
suck. Like,
had
I
it.
didn't take a
We
civics
barely
class. I don't know
had
if you
no.
did.
We had an economics type of class, and it was exactly. That's all it was. It was bullshit. It was absolute fucking bullshit. Man.
Actually, this is a fucked up story. I can't remember what state it is, but they actually banned political talk in the classroom.
Yeah, that life skills, political talk, all that shit should be socially acceptable in schools and used.
But here's the punchline. So they banned political talk in the school. That school actually has a civics course.
Yeah.
Oh Christ!
How
Don't get me
how can
started.
you ban political talk and have a civics course at the same time?
Because
civics
it's their
is government.
thoughts. Because
civics,
it's their thoughts.
Government is politics.
Yeah,
I hate it.
It's their
that way,
thoughts.
but government is politics.
It's their thoughts, and they're gonna be putting those fucking thoughts in there. So I gotta know, man. What's our new song now?
Yeah, I'm curious now because before we get into the top 10, last week after 171 weeks, somebody came forward and said, "Can't use the final countdown. It's kind of bad." Canada and Germany. Our listeners in Canada and Germany, or YouTube gimmick schnabbits in Canada and Germany said, "Can't use the final countdown anymore. Do we have a new song, or should we just go balls to the wall, ape shit forward?"
Maybe.
All right, we do anyways.
I keep sharing the show out to people who are bent that the live feed didn't go on. We apologize. Wi-Fi is a little wonky
I'll
tonight.
have it on iTunes tonight.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll upload a complete video.
Please
tonight,
do, and-
overnight, and hopefully it actually processes. Sometimes it doesn't, but
Yeah.
And please, if you think about it, please send me the link so I can share it with Steven, who is he was hot tonight,
He's
man. He
distraught.
was on everything. He's from Connecticut. He's from Stafford Springs.
Can
I
you
found
call
him.
in?
I would love to have him call in. It'd be great. I invited him to sit right in between us. I did my due diligence, and now the due diligence falls on this man. in his top 10 list.
All right, guys. So I just have one thing to add to this whole happy horse shit of an episode.
Oh, dear God.
You don't use horse shit often.
No.
You want to hit the button? Because you deserve it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Horse shit.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was real good.
Thank you. Top 10 reasons to update your Facebook status. I thought it would go pretty nicely with this. Number 10, it actually tells you what's on your mind.
Oh!
It does. It tells you. So
Sounds like the beginning of our
what's on your
show.
mind.
We're
No.
taking over, folks.
Number 9, to let everybody know that you were just in Taco Bell.
Nice.
Number 8, because it was in your contract. Obviously.
Ah.
Duh.
Fuck Reigns.
Number 7, to let everybody know that you're on the can after you just went to Taco Bell.
Jim Roca. You're on the
See?
you're on the hook, kid.
See? Number 6, you love attention. You know those
Jim
people.
Roca, you're on the hook.
You know those. No, that's Will. That's Will. Number 5.
Okay.
I haven't heard from Will in a while.
That's
I
because,
just read you his gimmick before Mike showed up tonight.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Number 5, you hate attention. The post you made reads, "Ignore me. I hate attention."
Oh, God.
Get
The-
off Facebook.
Share this if you love me.
Delete your account.
I think we've all been here before. Number 4, boredom. It merely reads, "I just uploaded my Facebook status. Please upload my Facebook status now."
Nice.
Number 3, you lost your laptop, your desktop, cell phone, credit card. You wanted everybody to know it'd be possible. It's impossible for them to get a hold of you unless you're on Facebook.
Nice.
So please find me here.
Find me here.
Post your phone number because I just got my phone number back.
Mhm.
I fucking absolutely love those.
That's called Hack Jones.
Oh my god. Number 2, the monkey bribed you with bananas because he loves
Cocaine?
bananas, especially cocaine-filled bananas.
Cocaine bananas, brother, right here.
The banana boat on the banana
If you got
boat
coke and bananas.
and getting caught in the rain.
Dun, 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 dun.
Number 1, you were naked, drunk, and the gerbil is lost.
Nice.
Where the
Richard.
fuck did that gerbil go?
Right?
Oh, I gotta do this. Hit the button.
Okay, go ahead. Here, 1, 2, 3.
Lemmy winks. Lemmy winks. Sorry.
She was afraid to come out of the
Dude, you
water.
never saw the South Park with the gerbil?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It took me a second.
All right,
Lemmy
guys.
winks, Lemmy winks.
If you know anybody that likes NASCAR, please point them in the direction of the C&J Speed Review live tomorrow night on YouTube. Pick it up anytime on YouTube after the fact. We're going to be talking about a great weekend of
And
racing.
please, it is in podcast form.
It is now on Anchor.fm. Am I right?
Anchor.fm CJ Speedway.
Yes, and we're going to be
Yes.
talking about this past weekend's action where Christopher Bell and, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, Kyle Busch were the victors. And we're going to be talking about next week's Roval event. If you don't know what that means, they're taking the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the oval, and making a road course throughout the infield and the oval itself. Hence the name Roval. Eddie wants to talk about they don't turn to the right and the left. Well, Eddie's wrong now for the 3rd time this season, and they're going to run this crazy configuration.
Fake news
Horse
from
shit.
37 years ago.
Anyway,
It is.
it's going to be a fun weekend. Having said that, I would just like, if you guys know anybody that likes NASCAR, please point them in our direction. I want to point to this man right here. Very soon, I want to open this yard up. You've mentioned it before. Sometime before the weather turns too shitty, and have the Viking Entertainment goodbye party to end all goodbye parties. Have it
Well,
right
it's just
here.
gonna be a karaoke party, but
Well,
you know,
yeah,
we
but
can-
let's just make it maybe a fundraiser for the Loki and Jabroni show. Collect some funds, buy some equipment, maybe soundproof some shit, maybe do what Eddie said and gain whatever. Let's have some fun.
we could have a
And
singing contest.
why not? Let's get Corey Huffnagel from the C&J Speed Review down here. Let's get Stephen Paddock from the Flat Earth gimmick that was very hot tonight on the thing. He's with us. He's not with them.
No,
Did we finish top 10
He's with
already?
us. What?
Did we finish top 10 already?
Yes.
Yeah.
You went through all 10?
Yes.
All 10. Where
God
were
damn,
you?
That was quick.
Were you jerking off again?
Obviously. Must have been.
No,
Popping
I
it.
didn't see the
I thought
table.
you had like 5 more. I don't
Popping
know.
No.
Damn.
No.
No, that would be the top 15, dude.
Yeah, that would be 15.
See what
He's
happens when
Thank
I
absolutely
you.
right.
see what happens when I bring
He's right.
vodka to the show.
Yep.
Very soon.
It's kind of like when you bring pot.
Mm-hmm.
Very soon, I'm going
I
to
did
rig
have
up a
brain pop,
TV
though.
down here, and I had an idea, and I think Mike and Eddie will be in agreement. We're going to set up a TV if you're on YouTube. To my left, your right. And we're going to set up a TV and maybe do a watch along of maybe like a pay-per-view from the past or a Monday Night Raw or Monday Nitro, courtesy of the WWE Network. And we're going to do something fun. We'll turn off the commentary. We'll have you watch along. We'll do something fun. And you can chime in if you're,
Yeah, we can't do that.
if they don't see it, they don't know. We can comment on it. I know the WWE gave us shit at the SummerSlam party at the deck, but this time, no commentary, just us. We will be watching. The people at home will be watching via www.lokiandjabroni.com/wrestling. Get your WWE network at $9.99 a month. You get 2 months free for our listeners only. We'll set the TV up in the corner,
60
and we're gonna
days.
have some fun. 60 days,
60 days.
2 months.
Everybody else gives you 57 days.
Yeah, we give you 60.
60.
I think. Yeah.
No, we do.
Anything to close
We
this out?
do.
Any final thoughts? Because I have a final thought. I'm feeling Jerry Springer right now.
No, I'm pretty happy right now.
Ed? Seriously?
Henry Cavill is still Superman.
Fuck you.
No, he's not. No, he's
Listen.
gonna be the what? He's gonna be the Witcher.
Due process
He's
is
Jer-
He
He's
is
Gerald.
the Witcher.
He's Gerald
He's
now.
also going to be Superman.
No, he's only Gerald.
due process is due process. Never assume a man or woman's guilt until they are tried in front of a jury of their peers. If you don't believe that, thank you, fuck you, bye.
I'm going to trigger a bunch of women. When Henry Cavill shows up at the end of the Supergirl movie to validate that whole movie,
With his padded dick
and
pad.
I said validate,
With his padded dick pad.
you'll know he's still Superman.
Emergency alert! Flash flood warnings in this area until 11:15. Again.
That's right, folks. We're going to die.
Yeah, and we're gonna die doing this for you.
Adam might never have been seen again.
Uh-oh.
The rock man who took my sword thought it made him a leader, but he was wrong. A sword or any
Was he
other
wrong?
symbol doesn't make a person a good leader. What does is intelligence, respect for others, and an unselfish desire to do good.
Vote
You
Batman.
are proud of a leader with those qualities.
I have a couple
So
comments.
if you develop them in yourself, you could become a good leader too. See you soon.
Go. Just go.
Perfect. Limited edition horror figures coming out, He-Man style,
Nice.
of like Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy.
Oh, you mean the cowboy wide leg stance, arms out like this?
Yeah. Also, a production studio is going to take over for Ilphonic for the Friday the 13th game to maintain it. So maybe if that lawsuit shit gets settled, they will add
That'd be
extra
nice.
content.
That'd be nice.
And other companies, this was on their Twitter, other companies have jumped in and said, we want to finish the Walking Dead game for Telltale since they...
I did see that. Yeah.
Yes,
That's
so
pretty freaking
some
cool.
good news on the gaming
That is pretty cool.
and gaming channel coming, folks.
And if you guys get a chance, if you watch the it's on Netflix now. I think it was Masters of the Universe. The Masters.
Oh, the documentary.
Yes, great fucking documentary.
Also, watch The Toys That Made Us.
Yes, that was cool too.
Oh, that
a
was
good one.
gorgeous.
That was a
Yes.
good one. But
Yes.
the He-Man documentary was absolutely great,
It was
man.
fantastic.
No, it was. It was
was.
really. I mean, they struck gold like, and they had no idea what they had in their hands at that time, man. I mean, to get fucked over by Kenner with the whole Star Wars toys, and then to have another chance to come out with toys like they did, dude, you don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So it was. I actually sat there and watched the whole thing, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, man. Really, really cool.
If you want to have some fun, go on YouTube and look up inappropriate moments on He-Man and show some of the animation that was a little questionable. There's
Yeah.
also one for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that one was good. That one
Yeah.
was pretty good. That was good.
I'll just give you an example. There's a joke in the newer TMNT show that was on Nickelodeon where one of the characters says "bass to mouth."
Ah, nice.
Just leave it at that.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Thank y'all very much. Like we said before, please do us a favor and subscribe if you haven't already. Share us, like us, love us. Share us with at least one other one of your friends. And as always, make sure you hit that little bell over in the corner on YouTube so you get all the notifications as soon as they pop up. And don't forget to check out one of our many affiliates at our website, and you can find all kinds of good stuff there.
CBD.
Yes,
Oh,
try
that's
that. I'm
my
telling you,
favorite.
try that, and let me know I'm wrong, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm not. If you're going to love it, you'll be like, oh man, this is great. I can actually go back to doing the sit up thing with Loki after I quit.
Wouldn't that be
after 2
great?
days.
Folks, tell you what. Let me wet your whistle.
Go ahead.
Let me wet your whistle. Diamond CBD for $84.99 has a variety pack that includes 1,000 milligram CBD syringe filled with a daily dose of CBD oil, Chill Plus CBD gummy bears,
Those taste.
Nice.
Yep.
10 honey sticks, sorry,
Yep.
I might try a lot of this.
and just some straight Diamond CBD oil, 250 milligrams, and biotech cream.
Wow.
All in a bundle for $84.99. They call it the box of the month.
That's
So you
pretty
can get that through LokiandJabroni.com.
That's actually a really good price too for all that stuff, the bears and everything else. That's worth it. Check it out, guys.
I love honey sticks.
Yes.
I love honey sticks.
Those are fucking jamming, man.
CBD honey sticks are probably better.
Yeah, they're probably going to be very good.
And this will not get you high, but
No,
it's
won't.
got a lot of health values.
But no, exactly. It really is, guys. It's just you can't talk about the benefits any more than that. I mean, it's a natural anti-inflammatory. Advil is just so fucking bad for your stomach.
For those of
It
you folks,
destroys your stomach lining.
for those of you folks with lobsters at home, they do have CBD for pets. CBD for pets on this website, folks. So you can give your pets a
Get your lobster stoned. All right, guys. Thank you all very much. As
Before
always.
we go, thank you again to Stephen. Am I saying your name right? Waddock?
You said
WADDOCK.
close enough for nuclear war.
Doesn't matter. Stephen, the spot's open right here. We'll get an extra microphone. Come on down. You're in Stafford Springs. We're in Norwich. Take the hour drive. We'd love to have you here. You were so awesome tonight. And for all of you who don't chime in, if you're on audio only, check out the YouTube feed live every Tuesday night. You might be brought into the conversation, if you will.
Leave your comments. Find us on Twitter or go to Facebook and leave us a DM, GM, MM, or whatever the fucking messages
At
they have.
Loki and Jabroni, at Portugal Viking, at Seaburns19, and what is it, Ed?
Eddie Jakes for my main Twitter page, or you can go to Liberty Focus
yes.
if you want to argue politics. And we'll be back
Well,
when the day is through, and we'll have more ideas for you. And you'll have things you'll want to talk about. I will too.
Unless you're
Rest in
Mr.
peace
America.
to Mr. Rogers, who has a
Amen.
great documentary out.
Can't wait to see
Have
it.
a good night.
He wasn't a Marine.
He has no confirmed kills. Captain Kangaroo, though.
Oh, that's a killer.
My man.
That's a
a
fucking killer
badass.
right there.